Hello and welcome to Plus One Shot. We are doing City of Mist. This is our sort of noir detective with superpowers tabletop game we play here on Sunday, every other Sunday. I know it's been a little while since our last episode. Had some real life events happening and whatnot. But other than that,
It was Dontrell.
yeah, other video games.
Several things.
I didn't want
several things.
I didn't want to sound like complete nerds, okay?
Own up to what you are. If you can't be what you are, what are you?
We're on a channel where we play like
A
5
liar.
different D&D games. I think it's documented.
I think, yeah, the evidence has been stacked up long before this. I'm cringe and I'm free.
So yeah. Then we had we were in the old abandoned like office buildings in which the beasts had taken over, and we dealt with them by placating them with food and drink, and it seemed to go pretty well. And then the last idea was to head to the old church. That was sort of what had started this whole adventure, with the loss of, or the stealing of some city schematics. So we will cameras pulling back of the office buildings, and we'll focus in on one of the characters as they are thinking about the events and what will be happening.
Oh God, it's me. Why? Okay. I'm gonna make this up as I go, so it's gonna be bad. Forgive me.
A little improv.
So, never really been that religious, which in retrospect seems kind of silly, being as I know that gods are real. Yeah. But I guess when you're exposed to them all the time, they just kind of end up seeming like regular, real-ass people, right? So, maybe just a little bit of magic instead. So maybe I believe in magic, obviously, but not really religion. Religion seems to sort of be that thing that they wrap the magic up in to keep it from actually going places and doing good stuff. So, not really sure how I feel about a church keeping people from being themselves, It sort of seems like exactly what I just said. Religion is the thing that keeps you from being magic.
Thank you.
I guess we're going there now.
Yes. So then, with that, everybody heads on, making your way downtown. But actually to the outskirts of town, technically. So, as you start to get towards the outskirts, you see the once majestic church that stands on the edge of the old quarter. Its spires, once reaching for the heavens, now tilt slightly, like an old man leaning on his cane. The stained glass windows, once ablaze.
Or an old lady in her walker with tennis balls on the feet.
Thank you. Thank you for the callback.
The stained glass windows, once ablaze with biblical scenes, have lost their vibrancy. Instead, mostly cracks, and each fracture a testament to the storms weathered and centuries endured. Inside, the air is thick with sort of dust motes dancing around, and everything is sort of open to the environments. The roof, what exists, still sags as if it is tired of holding up the sky. Rain drips through gaps, creating puddles on the cold stone floor. Moss clings to the walls, claiming them as its own. And the silence. The silence is profound. It wraps around you like a moth-eaten cloak, muffling footsteps and echoing the hallowed past. As you arrive and you get closer to this thing, you notice that there are a few parts to the church. There is sort of the ruins that are the outside. The ruins that are the outside. It's all around the sort of this main hall, piles of debris, collapsed enclosure, various sections of what may have been other parts to this church that have just been left in ruin now. 90% of that is covered in graffiti, all done by the beasts. Vibrant, bright colors, forest scenes, animals of all kinds. You know this artwork well, both from the roof of the art gallery and from inside the walls of the abandoned office in which you just left. Second, you see a sanctuary inside. This has been rebuilt. Someone is taking care of this. It's not as glorious in stone like the outsides. This here is wood. But it is renovated. New pews are placed in straight rows. There's an altar now sits in the front that's been polished. All the trappings of worship are set up. Most notably on the wall behind the altar, the great stained glass window has been repaired, depicting an angel spreading her wings. Despite the renovations, the sanctuary is still somewhat in... what am I trying to say? Despite the renovations, the sanctuary is still somewhat exposed to the elements. The roof is not completely solid. And I load the scene, but I didn't put you all in it, so you can't see. One second.
I can't see anything.
Sorry, I forgot. Then I need to do global illumination. Okay, now can everyone see?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Am I still shaking?
Are you still shaken from... Where were you shaken before? I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
Okay, we will just take that off. Yeah. As you enter into the place, like I said, as I just described it, the other thing that sort of catches your attention is that there does appear to be someone else in here, near the...
It's me. According to the label, it's me.
It is. So yeah, as we discussed earlier, you will be playing the role of Christina as well. So feel free to ad-lib however you feel that you would be acting in this situation.
What?
I'm just kidding.
I'm like, Philip, I'll do it.
No. Yeah. So yeah, there is a person. I know you can see the name is Christina on it, and yes, that is the name of the person you are looking for that you received information from the beasts talking about, but your characters wouldn't know that that's who that is yet.
She's the lady who's trying to like clean up the neighborhood. Right? Is that correct?
She's trying to... Well, you mean what you learned from the beasts? Is that what you're asking?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, I have a note about Bear thinking that they were set up by Christina.
Yes.
Okay.
The scene is yours.
Oh, okay, great. All right, so we're here. Other Christina is here.
Why do you keep naming people after us?
Just to make it confusing.
I don't know why the game...
Just to make it confusing.
Yeah, how this book knew specifically that the two people that would be playing it would be you two.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Son of Oak. Really appreciate it.
If Aaron shows up, I'm gonna call witchcraft.
Yeah. Aaron shows up, we start collecting royalties, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Time travel.
Mm-hmm. All right. I mean, she's gonna see us, right? Like, we haven't snuck into the sanctuary.
Well, so it's nighttime. Walking around outside, if you had like walked around a little bit the outside and to see what was collapsing and whatnot, and
On the
eventually
outside?
found the inside, or this sort of inter room, you could be stealthy if that is what you were trying to do. I mean, you didn't know she would directly be here, but you
Mhm.
knew she had a ties to this place, so she could. You can tell
Okay.
me what would the three of you had done. Stealth is not usually your MO, but it could be.
I was going
Don't really
to
see
say,
any
why, if we
reason.
wanted to talk to her, why would we come here at night when she might not be here?
Well, I don't think you were coming here to
Everything-
talk to her. You were just coming here to look at the church.
Yes. Facts.
We don't know what she looks like. She could be anybody to us.
Yeah.
Is this the
that
church
being said-
that the plans were stolen for?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't see any reason to be stealthy unless you guys do.
Is the building locked? We're not supposed to be here?
It's a ruin. You could just walk in through the hole in the wall.
It's a church.
Yeah, but sometimes they put tape across those, and even though they're not like guarded, they're still like, hey, don't go in there.
So the ruin parts of it, yes, you can definitely just walk through all the walls. This little bit area has had some modern walls sort of erected, and there is a door, but only one of them is attached to the hinges. The other one is still needs to be installed. So you could just walk in if that is what you wanted to do.
Isn't it like sanctuaries are? That's why they're called sanctuaries, because they're open, right? As a person who does not attend any sort of church, I don't know 100% if that's true, but I feel like that's the thing, right? Like, the sanctuary is there for you to go into.
Probably, yeah. But then again,
Probably.
probably. We'll say yes. Why not?
Ladies and gentlemen, heathens.
Oh no, our viewers.
No, oh no! Sorry to disappoint everyone. All right, well, in true Terra fashion, if we walk into the sanctuary, she's gonna see somebody and immediately greet them. So are we walking in?
Sure.
All right, we walk in and wait, Aaron, do you have something to say?
No, I was saying, yeah.
All right, in we go. Tara's just click clack into the building.
Okay.
And notices the person inside and is like, "Oh, hello! Didn't think anyone would be here this time of night."
Your words sort of echo loudly off the bare walls around you, and you definitely see the lady near the back like twitch and jump a little.
You scare her.
So sorry, didn't mean to startle you. Hi, I'm Tara.
She's back behind the altar as if she might have been praying or doing something in a religious sense, and sort of like stands up and says, "Hi, welcome. We don't really get visitors."
What? Ain't that what church for?
Yes, you are true. That is what a church is for, but my statement still stands.
Alright, fair enough.
We weren't interrupting anything, were we? I'm so sorry.
No, nothing really.
What? She seems a little shifty. What's anything going on over there that we can see? What's she doing over there?
So if you're still at the entrance, all you can really tell is that she was doing some sort of possibly like praying or maybe cleaning. Like, she was sort of like bent down near the altar.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, not in a pew. She's up at the altar itself.
Correct.
Okay.
And as you sort of talk to her, she sort of shifts away from the altar and towards more of like a standing position and I guess where one would maybe preach from.
Nothing to see here. All right. Tara's gonna just meander slowly, like she's sort of like walking gradually, taking in the building, like admiring the stained glass, and will make her way closer to where this person is.
Sue says, "What happened to your church?"
Tara trips.
She sort of like gives you one of those like what like facial expressions of like you little shit type thing.
And that's him.
But catches herself
Very tactful.
and says, "Years and years of neglect have done this to the church. I have tried to do what I could to make things better, but this is what happens when the city around you forgets." To Tara, as you get closer to her, you know she has sort of a cropped red hair, fair skin, flushed cheeks, and piercing icy blue eyes. She is currently wearing combat boots, jeans, a tank top, and a leather biker jacket.
Pardon me for saying so, as I'm not affiliated with your faith, but these don't seem like the usual vestments for someone of a religious order. Are you? Do you work at the church?
She sort of looks down at herself and says, "Well, these aren't typical hours of a church, but
Fair enough.
I help maintain and am probably one of the only remaining believers here, so like I said, we don't get many visitors." Is there something I can help you with? Is there a reason you have decided to grace these grounds with your presence?
Let me think about how I want to play this. So we cannot tell her about the schematics. We've got to work our way around this topic somehow. And I don't know that I want to bring up the beasts yet, just like casually. That feels a little bit incendiary, considering that we know that they have a contentious relationship with each other.
Your paintings outside are really nice. Like, where'd that come
Nice.
from?
The graffiti?
Oh, it's graffiti. It's like really detailed. I'm sorry.
Yes, that is 100% graffiti. Thank you for noticing. No, that is not part of the church. That is not of my choice, and I am trying to clean it as I can, and yet they always seem to do more. So it's an uphill battle.
Who you say? You caught the people who do that, did you?
Yeah, repeat offenders, it sounds like.
Yes, it is.
Awful. Well, I mean, we're somewhat of a group of investigators, so maybe we can help you out with that.
Well, as far as investigating goes, I really don't think I need your help with that. I know who it is. It's clear who it is. It's a local group of criminals and felons and miscreants by the name of the Beasts. So, yeah, they like to tag this and other places here and around the Old Quarter. I'm sure you've seen their artwork.
We have actually seen it in a couple of different places. Any other mischief they get up to besides the graffiti?
You mean besides like the robbery and the mugging and all of that? Those kind of just general crimes, theft, drugs,
Yeah, sort
guns.
of. That's what I was looking to find out, if maybe there was something else going on besides the graffiti.
Yes, they are. I mean, I am no cop, so I don't know 100% of what crimes they commit, but I have heard enough, I've seen enough to know that it is pretty much everything. And I mean, they have not been caught for it yet. I don't know why, but they are also just recently, murderers. So
That seems strange to go from like making pretty art to making pretty dead people.
no, it's a pretty clear stair step from like just hanging out together, doing graffiti to show where you work, and then becoming the crime in that where you work, stealing, robbing, just attacks, drugs, guns, and then as you progress down that line, people start wanting to move in on your territory maybe, and then that's when the violence and ultimately the murder happens.
Can I ask you something? Are you in a biker gang?
No.
Really? All right. You look like a biker. I bet you get out all the time though. People be like, "Oh, that person's probably in a biking gang, huh?"
No.
All right.
Did we see a motorcycle? Did we see a motorcycle outside by any chance? Did we were walking
Nope.
around the property? Did we happen to see? No. Okay.
Nope, no motorcycle.
Hmm.
Are you by chance
So,
true believers? Is that why you are here in a church at this hour?
Ah, there's that phrase "true believer" again. That twinges something in the back at Tara's head. She knows she's been
uh,
asked before.
I know this might be a little rude to ask, but what denomination is your church?
What denomination? We
Yeah, there's all kinds of religions out there, right?
Yes. This one, well, I mean, the history on this place is quite quite long, but it is of mostly of a Catholic or Christian, denomination. I believe it has changed quite often over the years, depending on who was sort of the ruling class of the city. But currently, it's just sort of a non-denominational Christian vibe, I guess. Well, she wouldn't say vibe, but
Is that what
Sounds
you
like you're
believe?
not sure.
Episcopalian.
Is that what you believe? Is that your belief? You're asking about if true believers. Is that what you believe?
I mean, I know that this place is important, and I feel that it needs to be taken care of. I don't know that necessarily the cross on the wall is 100% responsible for that, but
So you believe it's more of a place of great significance, not so much what the words being spoken inside the building.
yes, that is very true, very true.
Well, I guess it must be significant if you take your own time to come and care for the building like this. It looks like somebody's been upkeeping at least this part of the building. Can't be an easy job.
No, it is trying at times. It tries my faith a little, but I get help when I need it, and that's what's important.
Anything in particular about this building? Maybe you have a memory here or something. I know there are places that I went when I was a child that I care for a little more than, other places.
No, not really. I'm only recently, started attending, I guess you could say, or being aware of its presence. So
Also, you're like new here, though. Then
yes,
how do you know about all the like past stuff? Then
I did some research. This building has been here for at least as long as the city itself, and there have been numerous books and articles written about this. Was very prominent years and years ago, and then, like I said, the city sort of forgot about it, but the records remain.
that's good to know.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Honestly, I'm very interested also in the history of our fair city. Uh, Love that we have so many old buildings and interesting things that have happened around here. Where did you were you able to find documents on the building here in the church itself?
No, pretty much everything in here was or has been lost to time. So no,
Hmm.
I just City Hall keeps records. the library has books and newspaper articles and microfilm on it, so.
The library has books as the statement of the campaign.
The library has books.
It do.
It too. Okay. All right.
Out of character. I do not know what else to ask this woman.
I feel like we should probably ask her. We're gonna have to admit to her that we don't have to. We maybe should admit to her that we are investigating murders. We were investigating a theft, but now we're investigating 3 murders.
So what is it that makes you think that it's these beasts that do the murders? Like, that's as far as I've heard, there's not much evidence. I feel like just being like, well, sometimes they make graffiti is not a good step.
Well, to be honest, my information would come from the newspapers that is saying that they did it, so...
I can't.
I mean, I guess I do
Tara does
have...
not say propaganda. I say propaganda.
Yeah, I don't know if you've read the newspapers, but they were those...
No, I can't read.
Just kidding.
Just kidding. Keep going.
The reports are that they were killed by some kind of a beast, and possibly the city doesn't want to say that the person could do that. I've seen those people around, seen what they've done. They're a moniker, if you will, and I think that that's them either trying to play more into their character, their titles, or they may actually be some kind of monster in this world.
Believe in monsters?
Yes, monsters exist.
How come? Oh, how do you know?
We all have evidence or have seen something of this world that, makes us believe stuff even when common logic would tell us it doesn't. And I think that's the case. Anybody can.
Are you a monster?
What kind of?
Like, I know
questions are-
that's a strange out of pocket question, but like sometimes when you're like, oh yeah, no, I totally believe in this thing, it's because you are also that thing. And just because you are a monster, like maybe a werewolf or something, doesn't mean you're a bad person.
She's sort of dumbfounded for a second, and then is like, has to be one of the rudest things I think I've ever heard. To just
I'm pretty
walk
rude,
up to
I'm
a
sorry.
person and claim that they're some kind of a monster? Like, are you a monster? Is that what you're saying? Like,
Yeah,
He is a little bit of a monster, to be quite honest.
I will kill a pizza.
okay. Well, I don't like the tone of your questions. I'm
All right, I'll
just
go.
trying to-
Never mind. I'm sorry. Goodbye. He just dismisses himself. You handle this. I'm not good at this. Goodbye.
Tara is just still standing there like, sorry about my brother.
Yeah, he's quite the little asshole, isn't he?
He's quite
Very
the little.
tall.
You know what? I love him though. Like, I love that Sue can probably still hear, and he's like, "That's me." He's quite the little asshole, but he's my little asshole, and I love him. Anyway,
I love my little asshole.
that's the episode title.
No.
What? Perfectly good episode title.
Why not? What's wrong with that?
All right. He says we love him, but tact is not his forte. Let's start over. Like I said, I'm Tara. I run a local small business, and we're doing an investigation into some crimes, and heard that somebody here might be also interested in sort of cleaning up the neighborhood, and we were just hoping to speak with whoever that was, and I'm assuming, if you don't mind the assumption, that that person is you.
Well, yes, I would like to clean up the city in so much as to help restore this church to what it once was. Other than that, I'm not sure what you mean. Like, I wish the beasts would be caught and removed from the old quarter. That would also be quite helpful to me and the city.
Hmm. Yeah, I understand the frustration with the graffiti. We do have maybe a little doubt that's crept in about them being responsible for some of the more um, unsavory crimes that have been going around.
Oh, why do you say that?
Yeah. Just, a little, again, small business owner, we're investigators. We've been doing some investigating on a couple of different, an increasing number of crimes, to be quite honest. And it just, the pieces don't seem to really fit together.
Mm-hmm. And what pieces are you referring to? I mean, I don't know a lot. I've
Well,
just only what it's in the newspaper, but
It's part of an ongoing investigation. We can't really give you any specifics right now.
oh, okay.
right. You just seem to have some very strong opinions about the crime in the neighborhood, and
Well, I hope
we
that's
were
not a
just wondering
crime,
if
is it?
maybe. Wow, she is a piece of work. Um, Tara does the animated GIF of like, no, not a crime. Also, not a cop. So I couldn't arrest you if it was.
Okay.
But if you know anything, it would be such a great help. And since you would like the crime to stop, I assume you would like us to do a good job at our job of investigating.
Yes, yeah, I would. Nothing would make me happier than for those murders to be done and never happen again. You have no idea.
Yes, we also detest a murder. Uh,
Go figure.
even though
Hot
it's
take of the century.
kind of job security for an investigation agency, but
It doesn't need to be murder, right? It could just be anything. All those other crimes that don't involve murder. That you can still get work off of those.
we have investigated a lot of crimes that aren't murders, so that's good.
It's true.
All right. If you know anything, you're a resident of the neighborhood. You said you're quite new, but you're here quite often, from what I gather. This place is looking well cared for, despite the leaky roof. Anything you can tell us about the neighborhood? I love your name, honestly. We actually haven't gotten your name. I've given you mine, and you're under no obligation, but it would make this conversation
You
a lot
did give her
easier.
yours.
Yes.
Twice.
No, like Christina. You gave it to her.
Oh, you're right.
Wow.
She sort of looks almost for a moment of like, oh, you're right. Very well. My name is Christina, and I am new to the city, but I've probably been here for 6 or so months, and have maybe in the last 4 or 5 started coming around here and working with this place.
Tara has whipped out her little notebook. Have you noticed anything strange happening in the area besides the obvious, the graffiti and the crime?
No, I mean nothing more than you would expect from an old rundown church.
Well, I don't know what to expect from an old rundown church, Christina. I'm not that religious.
She sort of just like does one of those like hands and sort of like waves to the bill, wait, like sort of like hand, like palms up, like it's this. Yeah, no, I mean, there's not. I'm really not sure what information I can give you about this church. That would be helpful to you solving a murder, which other than I think that the beasts are the one who do it, and that they are doing this because they are trying to extend themselves and make a name for themselves, and that they would do anything to just sort of take over, and that we need to stop them, and that they need to be removed immediately. You can tell that there's some intensity in those last 2 sentences.
There's been some intensity this whole time.
There's been some intensity this whole time.
She's intense.
Why does
Seems
she
a little-
hate them?
Seems a little personal for you, Christina, and I realize I might be overstepping, but it is my job to find out the facts. This does seem a little personal for you. I think you seem sharp. not the type to be convinced by whatever's written in the newspaper alone.
I'm not sure how to answer you. I have just
Because Tara is double speaking between the lines like a bitch right now.
She's just sort of lost for words. She realized that she may have said or spoke or said more than she meant to speak. That's the way I wanted to phrase that. Yeah, you know what I mean, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure how I can help you. That's really all I have to say about this. If you would like to help the church, I would be more than grateful. Any believer, anybody who thinks that we need to save this city and this church, well, save this church and by extension this city, then please, like I can discuss that with you. Like we could talk about that. But with this horribleness with the beasts and the murders, I really don't want to talk about that.
She really doesn't want to talk about that. Me clickety clacking on my keyboard.
But why?
But why? There's gotta be something we can do to convince her to talk. I could whip out the mirror, but we already know she's hiding something. That's not going to do very much. I could try and soothe her a little bit into talking with us, but I feel like Tara has been goaded into being kind of a mean girl. The hackles came up on both parties.
Batch? No, you're batch.
Batch? Okay, let's see. I wonder if we just leave her for now, look around the property a little bit. I don't know what information she's going to give us right now that can help us with this investigation, since she is getting her information from the papers. Clearly there's something else going on that she does not want to tell us about. Obviously, she literally just said, I don't want to tell you about that. But I'm not sure how to get her to talk.
You can walk around, and sort of and do like an investigation.
What I'm thinking.
You can, I'm sure, however you want to sort of play that off is like, well, okay, like tell me about the church, and then like use that as a ruse to get around.
That's what I'm sort of thinking, is that we somehow do a little bit of like investigate the site a little bit.
Okay.
Yay, nay, team.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Tara is just going to do one of those like very tight-lipped smiles, like, okay, well, we are here, and as I said, I'm very interested in the history of our beautiful city. Maybe you could, if you have time, give us a little tour. It's clear you love the building. Would love to get an expert's tour of the space. And it sounds like you know a lot about the history.
Yes, I can do that. So she sort of shows you around. As I've said, this sanctuary area is well renovated. She talks about the work that was needed to get the pews fixed and set up. Sort of the cost of getting the windows repaired, most notably the one behind the altar. She sort of mentions that there's like the marble altar that's sort of in the front center. It's got some like items of worship typically on it, but it's
relics.
Like, relics, yes. But the whole thing is sort of covered with a sheet, so you can't see like specifically what they are.
A shroud.
Yeah. So it's like you can see that like the shape kind of sticks up through the sheet, but otherwise the whole thing is sort of covered. You only know it's marble because she tells you that bringing it in.
She tell us what the relics are, or was she just sort of like, there are relics?
Yeah, she sort of like kind of brushes that part off. Is like, yeah, and our marble altar, and sort of keeps moving. Then also there is a area, and she sort of takes you towards like the back, which has another door, which would probably go to like the priest's chambers or another
Is this
area.
like behind where the pulpit and everything is?
Yes, yeah, towards like the back end of the building, or I guess the front. I don't know which way you describe churches, because
It's away from the entrance.
Yes, thank you. Away from the entrance, and takes you down, and then there's like she shows you, opens up the door, and then it just sort of opens up almost into the outdoors, except that there is a stone path and some stone walls still remaining.
While Tara's getting the grand tour, Vic probably like detach a little bit.
Mhm.
He'll like break off. Is there a basement potentially to this place that isn't collapsed or dilapidated, or it's just like a single story ground floor kind of place?
So you haven't seen one in here, like the floors for as like they are stone. They're the original stone floors. You don't see anything that sounds like stone, but you sort of like as you sort of trail back, and Christina heads forward with Tara behind her. She says, "I will show you towards the crypt," which you just catch the tail end of.
Tara is genuinely enraptured by this. She's like, "There's a crypt."
In that case, I'll stick with the crypt tour. But before we head down, Vic will ask Sue for a light, real quick.
A light?
Come here, real quick. I need a light.
Are you doing this in like within earshot of Christina? Or would you be like trying to like let them leave, Christina and Tara leave?
He's like, I'll be right there. So he's like, he's pretty much just trying to get Sue close for a second. So he's like, while we're downstairs, go take a look under that holy rug real quick behind the altar.
Mate.
Yeah, you. She doesn't want you around, so you staying up here is a perfect cover.
All right, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Just try to remember how it looks. Don't touch anything underneath the rug, because you might be able to tell something's been disturbed. I'm just gonna maybe get a little look what's under there. You know what I mean?
Right, sure. I'm
See
gonna
if there's
turn into water. Nothing will be moved, but it might be wet.
Everything is just soggy.
Oh my God, Sue, why did you spill everything? Oh, it's the roof is leaking right on your baubles here.
The leaky roof, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then we'll say that Tara and Victor sort of follow Christina down, and we will separate the party real quick. What would Sue like to do?
I'm going to investigate.
Oh my God, who could have seen this happening?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up there and I'm actually gonna go ahead and like do a little vague look-see around, see if I notice anybody else. Should I do a roll for that or?
No, you've been around. There's no one in here. It's not large enough for someone to be hiding, really.
Okay. My expression and mobility tabs are hard to read now.
Oh yeah,
It's neither here nor there.
I think they need to be slightly like more of a bold font.
No, they're black.
Oh.
They do not look like yours. Here's what they look like. Oops. We can worry about that later. But that's what they look like. It's hard to read them. Anywho, yeah. He's sort of like, should I turn into water? If I turn into water, then also, like, mechanically, we've never really discussed whether or not I leave water behind. I would assume no, since it's my body.
You don't think you leave like a slug trail behind?
Yeah.
Ew.
I would rule that no, you don't leave like a trail or anything behind, but if you touch something that could be that is absorbent, like paper or a towel, like cloth, then yes, it would. It wouldn't hurt you, but it would leave a mark.
Hmm.
You could move
Little bits of
objects.
yourself.
Yeah, like if you wanted to move something that was like metal, or you wanted to like slide between like the bottom of a door, like the floor and a door, like you could fit there and not leave any water behind. But if you try and like pick up a book while in water form, then yes, it would.
There's just a couple of my molecules left in this book forever.
Mhm.
That's how I lose weight. Just go hug a towel.
Just go hug a towel.
If
But then
only
it's
it
like-
was that easy.
Yeah,
Mhm.
then it's like a weirdly placed, and there's like a portion of my cheek missing. Don't like that.
This is what they mean when they say water weight.
Only one of your ass cheeks gets smaller.
Yeah, that's the caveat, is that you can't choose.
Ugh. Better than nothing? Question mark. Anyway, yeah. Then in that case, you're probably not gonna turn to water to start with. Sorry.
Oh,
I know. If the carpet can suck me up, then I'm not gonna do that.
It's stone
stay
floors.
corporeal.
What, Philip?
Stone floors. There's no carpet in here.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not sure where your line is because freaking stone sucks up water.
I think we're thinking in terms of the shroud, Philip.
Yeah, like cloth. Oh, is that what you
Yeah.
mean? Like the sheet that's on the covering all of the stuff on top of the marble altar? Is that what you're referring to? Carpet, as in like the stuff that houses have on their floors.
I just meant in general, like a lot of stuff sucks up water. So I was like, I'm not sure where the line is. I'm just gonna be a person for now.
Okay.
Fill your molecules together.
So, when they leave the room and seem far away, I'm gonna start poking around in that area where she was when we first got here.
Okay.
Now I assume I need to investigate.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know how to play this game anymore.
And also, I can't read.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Luckily, the ones I need are not the black ones. I'm gonna use looks like I belong in case somebody shows up.
I work here.
There's nobody here.
Right now there is it, but what if somebody shows up, Philip? You like to trick me.
It's true.
I will tell
That's
you now
true.
that there aren't, that Christina is the only person that's here.
Okay. I'm
Until
just gonna use observant
Okay.
to investigate.
suddenly 3 men walk in.
I know.
Yeah.
Son of a
Cops.
bitch.
They're all cops.
I do not think that my stuff is working, so I'm just gonna try and see if it works.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's not working. I can't click my stuff to add.
Arr.
Okay. So you just want observant?
I don't really have anything else that'll work.
Okay.
I could recklessly be observant, but that puts me at 0.
Yeah.
Be recklessly observant.
Yeah.
Flipping the shroud up.
Yeah.
I
You
want to be
got.
recklessly observant.
You do succeed. You get one clue. You can ask me one question. About the subject.
What's here?
What is there?
What's
Yeah. Do I notice like what she was looking at? Is it anything important type deal?
Yeah, it's a. So you sort of like flip up the sheet that's covering everything, and you could tell that there's no dust on this thing, so it's moved quite regularly. And then yeah, like I said, it's a marble table or altar, it's got some like candlestick holders. No candles in them currently, just the candlestick holders. A cross is sort of in the center area of the table, flanked by either candlestick. And then in the center appears to be a like gold dish, sort of a cross between a bowl and a plate. So it's not like a super deep bowl, but it's like
It's like what we eat our dinner out of.
usually, yeah, like the gray bowls. Yeah. So yeah, it's like a very broad bowl or a sloped plate.
A concave plate.
Yes, yeah.
Is any of this set off any like that's odd, or does it just seem very mundane?
The golden bowl thing seems a bit odd. It sort of stands out from the rest of the stuff in this, like that's on the table with it. One being gold, the rest being just like either wood or cheap metal, aluminum type stuff. So this is clearly has some kind of importance, whether it's importance to Christina or whether it's important to the church or what. You're not fully sure, but it is a very distinct piece, and actually seems like the focal point of this altar, and not just something sitting on it.
So if I hop in this bowl, do I become holy water?
Only one way to find out.
I think you need to offer your blood to Shar right now.
Don't want to do that.
Oh, we've already opened the crypt. We don't have to do that here.
Oof. Oof.
Sorry.
Oof.
Sorry.
We meet the Crypt Keeper.
All right.
Oh my god, is the Crypt Keeper here? Is the Crypt Keeper a mythos?
Could be.
Could be. Oh no.
Bubbles and ghouls.
We don't have the levels to do the Crypt Keeper laugh appropriately, so
I don't know.
none of us. Michelle might be able to do it. Michelle, you
Michelle
can do
could
it.
probably do it.
Yeah, but not in my ear, please.
I already have tinnitus. Let's do this.
Yeah.
What do you have to lose?
Okay. Sue's kind of dumb. He doesn't know what the significance of this is, and I'm kind of dumb. I don't know what the significance of this is. So I don't really know what to do with that information. Do I know anything about bowls? Various religions that have anything to do with gold bowls?
I mean, that was something you'd have to tell me.
How? I don't.
I mean,
I don't
Put something
know.
in the bowl.
Button.
with your skills, you could, either if you have anything that you think part of your power tags would apply with, you can use that. You could do. I mean, really, all you have is like change the game if you want to try and like create something, or if you wanted to do another investigate roll. If you had something else that you a different way in which you wanted to look at it with different abilities. So like you could do another investigate, you just can't use observant in it.
I'll intimidate this bowl.
I'm sorry, no.
Give me your secrets.
Give me your secrets, or I'm putting spaghetti in you.
You'll stain.
The only thing I can think of to do it, it's dumb and probably shouldn't do it, is turn into water and hop in the bowl just to see what happens.
Do it. Do it.
How much-
Why wouldn't you?
How much mass, not mass, but how much volume are you in liquid form?
We haven't discussed this.
Okay. Well, tell me now. I would think that you'd be more than an ounce, but do you think would take up the same amount of room as you would as a normal human, or?
No,
Listen.
probably less.
Philip, the measurements are fluid. Come on.
Thank you.
Wompity womp womp womp.
I can pun too sometimes.
Mhm, mhm.
Eh. I feel like what
Uh,
if Sue just did a little bit of water? Like your hand or something. Sploosh. Sploosh.
Am I allowed to do that?
Yeah, I mean, you if you just want to turn like, um, give how, I mean, you can turn into water at any moment that you want. Like you don't have
But
to
is it all
actually.
of me or bits of me?
That's your call. It's your power.
GM said, "Do what you want."
It's your power.
Okay.
Do you think there's any risk for you trying to only turn part of yourself into water, or
No, I just don't want to try and do something and have you be like, no, you can't do that.
What's the worst that can happen is that Philip says, "No, you can't do that."
Yeah.
Philip says, "What are you trying to do?" And I say, "This crazy shit."
yeah?
All right, I'm gonna put my hand in the bowl, make it water, splat.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, you're able to do that. You can, you're. I don't know how much of your body you're trying to turn to water, but yeah, you can very easily fill the bowl up with water.
Does anything happen?
No, unfortunately, there's no divine revelations are presented to you.
You
Right.
made the bowl wet.
I put the hand back on my body.
Okay. Was it connected to you, or did it like fall off and you have to like pick it back up, or how does it in your
I guess
mind?
like, so like maybe from wrist, like mid, like to wrist, is was like watery, so that it's just not like open gaping wound. So it was like a transitional space, and then like from
Yeah.
wrist down, which is in the bowl.
Makes sense.
Or I guess I could just leave it in the bowl. I don't know.
Gross.
I didn't know if you had control over it once you had. If only your hand was water. Does it still? Is it just like a liquid hand that is attached and can kind of move, or as soon as you turn it, does it?
I
not
don't
fall?
know. I'm just coming up with this right now.
Okay.
It's like Cousin It, but separate and water.
Separate.
Yes.
That's thing.
You're right.
Sorry. I did
No,
push
it's
my
fine.
glasses up when I said it.
You did. You did. Fair. It's fine. Cousin It's the
Hairy guy.
fuzzy guy. Yeah. Anyhow, yeah. So that didn't do anything. So he just kind of
Dang it.
like. I expected like some like paperwork, something. I don't know. Puts the ball
Very fair.
back. Shuffles his feet around a little bit more. Tries to look for something else. I guess I don't know.
The bowl's different. Should you pick it up?
Didn't I pick it up?
Oh.
I maybe it wasn't clear. I did pick it up when I put the water in.
Okay.
I don't know if that made a difference.
No.
Okay. And I've looked throughout the like little enclosure for different stuff, right?
You have searched the marble altar.
Okay. If I look around, do I see anything that looks like the bowl ought to like fit in it? Like, is there a statue holding up its hand somewhere or something?
No.
Okay. And is this what she was looking at when we came into the building? I thought she was in a corner.
That is where she was. Yes, she was. She was behind the altar, but yes, just I mean it's.
Okay. Can I have a hint? Or like, can my fellow players give me some ideas? I'm not.
Did we examine the bowl itself? I know we said we put things in it, we've picked it up, but have we examined? The bowl is different from the other things on the altar. Should we examine the bowl?
Does it have any writing on it? Any like iconography on it?
Like, what makes it feel different?
Is it just some kind of mystical sensation? Like, oh my god, my god berries are jingling when I touch this bowl.
Said, this is from CB2.
No, really. There's. I mean, it feels like it's older, as in like the design of it isn't necessarily like matching to the denomination of the church. So like that's is one aspect of it that makes it sort of stand out, but also that it is the focal point on the altar and not like the cross or the candles.
Sorry, you might have said this already. What's the bowl made out of?
Gold.
Gold.
It's not the bowl of a carpenter. It's not Christianity. This is the cup of a carpenter.
Yes. So yeah, like that's your. I mean, with the roles and the question observant. This is what you see. Unfortunately,
Okay. How do I recall something? Is that still investigate?
I'm not sure what you mean by recall.
So if I want to like think back, because we're in a place full of gods and myths and shit. If I want to like try and think back to see if I can remember any myths or significant events or whatever that have included golden bowls that didn't necessarily have to do with Christianity, how would I do that?
Well,
Would that be a change the game? Investigate? Do I need to roll a convince to convince God to tell me things? What do you want?
I think it would be investigate based on the tags that you're using. So yeah, you'd have to be like, I'm going to use my tag of encyclopedic knowledge of ancient gods, roll investigate, and that would give you your answer.
I was gonna try and use street cred just to see if it was a thing that I had heard, maybe.
I would think street cred was more like the stuff that happens like on the streets, the local like crime and the,
exactly.
the
Yeah, exactly,
history
like-
and the rumors and
Yes. It would the answer would be something that I had heard while on the streets, rumors, but because this place is full of various mythos, maybe I might get something. I don't know.
no, I don't think so.
Well, then I got nothing, so.
Sorry.
You know what? I just wanted to know what was under the blanket. Found what was under the blanket.
Now we know.
Tara's the one with the real investigative powers. We know that Sue and Vic are just kind of there.
She's extremely OP.
So I'm gonna, I guess, wander around the thing somewhere.
Then we will
The
cut.
little pulpit area.
We'll cut to Tara and Vic. Yeah. So once Vic catches up, you see that Christina is leading you sort of around a little bit and basically down a spiral stone staircase, which sort of goes beneath the main hall, and lies as you enter, lies a spacious, dank, and dark basement.
Dank.
Dank.
Dang.
Dank.
And then yeah, so she sort of like points it out and says, this is the crypt. It's been here the longest. This is the original part of the church, and I think is what was, from what I've read and looking around, I think that this is probably the oldest part. And you sort of notice, I mean, not sort of, you clearly notice the center of it. There's a massive and very old like fresco painting depicting a sort of a stag head in a circle, sort of studded with many sigils of protection.
Tara's gonna get closer to this fresco. I definitely want to have a closer look at the motifs of this painting.
Okay. Yeah, you walk up and she's like, oh yes, quite nice, I would say.
Stunning, honestly. What kind of, like, does this look like a pretty old fresco, or does it look like maybe it was added later?
No, this looks like it was here when the thing was built.
Okay, so it's ancient looking.
Yes.
Anything that I would recognize? Like, can I glean anything from it without asking Christina?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, go ahead and give me an investigation.
Okay. I'm going to do just I think just investigator is it. I don't have anything that's like history or anything like that, so I'm just gonna investigate with my investigator tag.
Okay.
Okay. So I get a clue.
Yep. You also got an 8. One clue. Clues may be fuzzy or incomplete, or may expose you to danger.
Hmm. Or whoever or whatever is asking the question can ask me one as well. Okay. Um. Uh. This doesn't look like it really matches. You were saying this is more of a Christian associated faith
Yes.
in this building. Fresco doesn't really seem to match that. What do you know what faith this is from?
No. Unfortunately, there doesn't really seem to be any consensus. But no, she's not sure. She just knows that it's old and has from everything that she's read. It's been here. It was originally created when the basement was created.
Okay. Well,
So yes, it is. It is Fresco. It is not of the Christian faith. It is more maybe like in what would sort of be considered pagan, right? Like to someone who is Christian, it would be like, oh, that's some pagan stuff that they've done, right? Meaning, which is a broad thing of everything that isn't Christianity, right?
making broad assumptions about something.
Well, that's not what Christina is saying. That's not what she
It's
is.
a theme in this building. That's not what Tara is saying either. That's me
Yeah.
saying.
Gotcha,
Like,
gotcha.
sure are a lot of broad assumptions going on in this building. This deer skull is pagan. The beasts are murdering people. Those are it. Those are the broad assumptions. Those are all two of them. Okay. What else? What else is in the crypt, GM?
Really, that's sort of it. This appears to be the focal point, and the focal point of the crypt. There's some other things that
No.
maybe they had
Sorry.
services
It's a
here at one
crypt.
point.
Where are the bones?
I don't know. There don't appear to be
Crypt.
bones.
A crypt implies that there are sarcophagi of some kind down here. Okay.
Yes. Unfortunately,
I
you don't
wanted
see
a
those though.
spooky time.
No
Wow.
spooky time.
Not much of a crypt, Christina. Does why is it called a crypt?
Don't know. That is just what I have read it to be called.
She's like, I just work here, man.
Yeah. There possibly was, raided at some point, and but I don't know.
Is this a like pretty? You said it's spacious. Is it like echo
Yes.
your voice spacious?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so it's quite large.
Yeah, it's probably larger than the sanctuary above it, if not.
That was going to be my next question. Is that do I feel like it matches the footprint of the building above us?
And it's slightly larger. Yeah, maybe 50% larger.
Okay. Do I feel like it matches the footprint of the ruins around the area above us?
Oh yes, yes.
Okay, great, cool. This is like when the Christians came in and built the temples on top of the
Yeah.
Mesoamerican temples. Yeah,
Mhm.
like literally right on top of them.
100%.
Okay. All right, so this is the original basement, and the building above is newer. I don't know what I've learned about the investigation from that, but it is nonetheless interesting. Okay. I'm going to ask, since it sounds like Christina's been reading the history of the location.
Mhm.
So, Christina, anything in your reading about what was here before the church above us?
No, just that the. Well, I'm not sure I fully understand your question. Are you referring to what we've been building, or are you talking about the ruins?
Well, I'm looking at the space around us, and it seems quite large. This is a very large basement for such a small sanctuary. So it stands to reason that there was possibly something that was here before the current sanctuary.
Yes, yes. The stone around here used to be a larger church than what you see now.
Makes sense. I mean, you said it'd been here for hundreds of years, as long as the city has been here.
Yeah, and the sanctuary upstairs is what we've been able to bring back to create. So yes, we don't have the ability to bring in the stonework to match the old building and whatnot. So essentially, what I'm trying to say is like whatever she's been doing is what you see upstairs is what she is able to do, not recreate what was originally here. Not the funding,
Gotcha.
not the support, not the town's backing to try and rebuild the entire stone cathedral that this may have once been. So the upstairs part is just
me.
Yes.
Me, the player, is kind of sniffing along a little trail that feels like there is a very old god at work here. Like some sort of eldritch deity lived here once upon a time. There's a crypt, there's a deer, there's a stag head fresco, like there's a big old ruin above us that's hundreds of years old. This feels spoopy.
Yes.
Okay. And I don't know why that matters, but it does matter. I don't know yet why it matters, but I know that it does matter.
Even Tara can realize that the fresca does not match the inside of the sanctuary.
Yeah. I was hoping she might have found something in her historical readings about maybe like an older god that was worshipped here, but she's a dummy, it turns out, and hasn't done any reading. She's a liar.
It's okay. I'm a dummy too.
Yeah, but she said she read books.
Mm-hmm.
She said the library has books and microfiche.
And I haven't looked at any of that shit.
I know that it has them, but I've looked at none.
Can I attempt to use engineering to try to see,
Sure.
like maybe like what the style, I guess, of this architecture is, to try to date it?
You like building so much you want to date them.
You can. Yeah.
That does not face the danger. That is investigation.
And now, to be clear, I want to sniff along this trail of old god business because I feel like something else is doing these murders, and we have to figure out what it is. That's the end of my trail. There is like, how do we get down there?
Yes. So your question is, how old is this building?
If I could date these ruins, yeah, or the the architectural style, I guess.
Yes.
If that would help me, date it.
You can tell based on the way the building is put together, the ruins that you've seen and whatnot. The centuries ago, like this thing is probably older than the city itself. Not just the old quarter, but the city itself.
So is this all there is to the crypt here? Just a big old open fresco? There's no sub basement or anything.
No, I don't believe so. I've only been down here a few times. It's I only recently came down here and saw everything and thought it was kind of amazing.
I'm just I used to do some work with building code. I'm just kind of looking to see where the could trying to get this place up and going. Again, to see if there's any structural instability you got to watch out for.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Well, thank you. No, I mean if it looks unsafe, please let me know. But like I said, I've only recently been down here, so I don't really know a whole lot. I haven't really had time to investigate it, so I just saw the mural and thought it was interesting, and maybe it'd be something you might be interested in.
No, it's very nice. It's interesting. I'm not much of the artsy guy, but like I said, I'm enjoying the architecture. I enjoy a nice, well put together building. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A nice sturdy basement.
There's beauty in function.
Yes, that is quite profound. I agree.
You slap the hood of the basement and you're like, this baby could hold 12, maybe
This baby
18
could hold-
sarcophagi.
This baby could hold 22 corpses. I guarantee you. I meant cultists, not corpses.
All right. Okay. So we've investigated the fresco. Is there anything significant about the fresco? Is it literally just a stag head, or is there anything else going on with this painting? What's the symbol, Philip?
It's a very old fresco depicting the stag head in a circle studded with many sigils of protection.
So what kind of a sigil? How do we know they're sigils of protection? They say like danger, high voltage,
Danger.
caution,
Yeah, they're just sigils
stand back 10 feet.
that sort of surround it, and yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna whip out the mirror. We're gonna go with the old relic. Tara's going to do her usual thing, which is to just a little shiny. I don't know how I can tell because we're down here in this dark ass basement, but I can feel it. I can feel that I'm shiny. I can feel that I'm shiny sometimes.
I mean, we've probably got a light down here, right?
Yeah, I mean,
a flashlight.
yeah,
an old
she would have
lighter
brought
that-
one down,
that
I guess,
Vic
as
is-
it's nighttime.
That Vic is making a flame for, even though it's out of fluid.
A dim light. And while I'm pretending to look at myself, I'm going to, just angle it so I can look at the fresco and sort of like do a little sweep around the room behind me.
Okay.
So I will do inconspicuous in use and shows the truth. And what I'm looking for is just anything that seems different from what I've perceived with my eyes.
Okay.
And does that investigate?
Yes.
Okay. Hell yeah.
An 8, so yeah. You get 2 questions.
Is there anything I can see in Kagami that is different from what I perceive with my eyes?
Yes. You notice that the runes that are around the stag head are energized. Right? You can see that there is power to them. Not real, like what mortals would consider energized, but what you all would consider as energized.
Is it like a mythos? Does it feel like a mythos power?
Yeah. Like whatever the runes are, the sigils, I should say, the sigils that are around this have some sort of energy, and they appear to be sort of covering the whole of the stag head. In
The stag head.
Yeah.
Do they feel familiar, or are these a new vibe that we're getting?
When you say familiar, what would you be referring to?
Have I encountered the power that's emanating off of these runes before?
No, you haven't. No, you
Okay,
haven't seen
so this
before.
is a new. All right. Was that both my questions? Does that count?
No, I'll give you one more.
Thank you, GM. Merciful GM. Okay.
To some of
For my
us.
second clue. My second clue, I do want to turn and just very quickly try and get a glimpse of Christina in the mirror.
Okay. What are you looking for when you look to her? Like, are you
Fair.
trying to see her motives? Are you trying to see if she's, concealing something? Are you trying to see if she has information? Are you seeing what her personality is? Like, what are you?
Yeah, that's fair. She was acting a little cagey earlier when we were asking about the beasts.
Mhm.
So I want to. I don't know if this is too specific. I would like to see why she's closed off.
Okay.
Like, is there any hint as to why she is closed off about that topic, or is that too specific? Since we aren't really talking about it anymore, I might bank this if I can't use it right now.
Well, I would say that she she has some personal connection
Mhm.
with the murders that have transpired. So you don't know if it's because one of the victims was her brother or if she's the murderer, right? Like it could be anything on that spectrum, but she has some, like, somehow she's tied that, so there she has some connection to them, and it weighs on her that these murders have happened.
Oh my god, I can't believe Michelle called it 30 minutes ago, but she's definitely a werewolf. Can't believe Rude Sue solved the mystery at the beginning of the session.
I mean, are we
Oh,
surprised?
are you a werewolf?
I mean, like,
Okay.
look at what she was wearing, but she's basically a werewolf from London. I mean, come on.
Did
She was
still
she's
live in
wearing.
Seattle?
She was begging for human flesh.
Just begging for human flesh. All right. Tara's just gonna like, okay, snaps it back shut. And I do want to walk closer to the stag head. Is it like on the floor? It's in the center of the room.
Yeah, it's in the center of the room.
How
It's on the floor, like the center of the room.
painted on the stone floor?
Yeah, and
I
everything is sort of.
just can't believe that when I was like, yeah, I'm a monster, just because you're a monster doesn't make you a monster. She wasn't like, this guy gets me.
Yeah, it's like they painted it, and the room was sort of built, not, I don't want to say like built around it. That's not quite the right word, but like it was definitely built in such a way that nothing would interfere with this fresco.
Okay. I think without saying anything to Christina, she is gonna get as close as she can. I wanna put a hand on the fresco. I wanna just touch it.
Okay.
I'm gonna crouch down and touch it.
Yes, a fresco.
I touch the fresco. It's cold.
It's refreshing.
There
Crispy.
is, when you touch it, something about it is familiar. Like if you're touching the stag head, you can kind of feel the energized effect that the sigils create, but something about the stag head feels familiar.
All right. I don't feel compelled to commit murders, do I?
No. Like there's
I
just
awaken.
you
I
touch it.
awaken in a pool of blood that may or may not be my own.
You
Sorry,
touch
City
it.
of Mist is now Arkham Horror.
Okay. That'd probably be good for
love
Arkham Horror.
Let's do this.
City of Mist is now a different tabletop game.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So it feels familiar. Tara's just gonna sort of like, ooh, like a little cat walks over your grave. You get a little shudder. And she's just gonna sort of like stand back up. And Christina, did you say you don't know who painted the fresco? You're not sure what denomination or cult maybe painted this? She's a little shaken after feeling the familiar feeling.
No, just the original creators, the original settlers of this land. When they first built this, but that a lot of that information has just sort of been lost to time and whitewashing. So
You ever touch this fresco, Christina?
have I? No,
With your hand, touch the fresco. Have you?
no, I have not.
Why not?
I don't feel a need to. I mean,
You want to try it right now?
no, I'm good. Thank you, though. That's a really weird.
Could you try? Could you try it?
I feel like you're
Just
trying something here. Like I feel like you're trying
I
to
just
trap
want you
me.
to
Maybe.
listen. I touch. Oh, is that what it does? Is this a some kind of, I'm not sure, ceiling circle? Listen, I touched the fresco just now and felt a little something deep in my soul, and I'm wondering if maybe you have the same spiritual experience that I just had with it.
No, I have no spiritual experience with whatever the fresco is.
Well, you haven't touched it, so you don't know.
I guess you are. That is true. I may never know whatever.
You can find out right now if you just touch it.
So easy. So easy. You can find out so easily.
Vic in the background, like, you could.
Mm. I'm okay without it. Thank you, though.
All right, Vic, can you touch the fresco?
Sure, let's touch your
Would you take a bite?
We'll take a bite. Of
No,
fresco?
no, sorry, it's different. A different thing.
I mean, are we freezing the fresco so I can take a bite of it first?
Would you touch the fresco, please?
Yeah. Give it a little touch, little tap.
I like that she's just letting us touch this millennia-old painting, which can't be a fresco on a stone floor.
Where would it be? Would it be on a wall?
A fresco has to be painted on wet plaster.
Oh. Well, then maybe there's plaster on the floor. Maybe the floor's been plastered, and that's why the whole it's a whole thing. That's why the room was built around it.
This is a fantasy world, and I'm willing to accept that.
It just says there's a fresco in the middle of the room. I don't know.
There's a fresco. Oh, so officially it's a fresco now.
No, it's a fresco. It is a fresco in the center of the basement.
Vic, could you please touch the fresco?
I've said I can touch the fresco. I'm not the one who started talking about plaster.
Yeah.
That was me, not.
You can touch it. Nothing amazing seems to happen.
Oh,
No,
so it's
no.
just Tara.
No tingle.
Is this because I said I was a true believer last time?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe.
Oh, maybe. All right. I'm gonna hold on to that feeling. I'm gonna log it away in my little soul and say, "Well, great tour."
Yeah, thank you very much. It's quite a place down here.
Mm-hmm. She sort of like shows you where the stairway is back up.
Oh, so she's not gonna lead us out. She's like, see yourselves out.
Fucking weirdos.
I mean, we have been fucking weirdos. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
She's her.
We have been real.
Yeah. Her demeanor changed.
Just because we are doesn't mean she needs to treat us like it. Jeez.
It's really rude.
Yeah.
I mean, her demeanor has changed a little bit. She, is a little more cagey, a little more like, nervous around you all.
Oh, we fucked up. I was hoping she would see what a mess we are and feel less threatened.
So, like,
Yeah, they're no threat. They're white weird as shit.
Yeah, she's like, I don't know about these guys.
So out of character, the church is doing something to keep the beasts from turning into beasts, which a werewolf would love.
Uh-huh.
So
Oh,
that
that's
they
a
didn't
great point.
become a murderer.
Yeah.
So, wait, what?
Keeping beasts human. I'm. The GM looks confused, but we're making up a news story.
Yeah, I mean, if the GM is confused, you must be on the right track.
Yeah, it's usually how it goes, right? Yeah.
The existence, the whatever presence at the church is what's keeping the beasts from being able to be themselves. Correct?
Okay, I see what you're saying.
So if it's suppressing their beastliness, theoretically it would also suppress a werewolf's beastliness.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying.
They might appreciate if they had been accidentally murdering people.
That is all very reasonable.
Philip's like, yep, it's not the story, but that does make sense.
I'm not saying it
I
is or
pick
is
up
not.
what you're putting down.
I see why you would think that. I see what I have said and what tricks and treats you have uncovered that would make you think that. Yeah.
I want candy now.
I want candy now. Tricks and treats.
I say it's not Halloween. Why are we getting tricks and treats?
Shall we
Werewolf,
tricks and
full
treats?
moon.
Yeah, we got that-
I would like to point out that our lady here is a ginger, but the fur that we found at the crime scene was white and gray.
and
And
had
if we're following werewolf rules,
well, it was also like a small cage that could hold small
Oh, that's
creatures
true.
with pill-shaped poop.
Just
That's very
turn around
true.
like, oh, you got any like pets? Are they
I for-
badgers?
I-
Maybe like wombats?
You got any pill-shaped poops around
you
here?
got any pill-shaped poops around here?
rabbits? Do you eat rabbits? Tasty.
Trying to catch a werewolf trying to catch a were-rabbit. Listen, we're too hyped up
vernacular.
on werewolves now.
Mm-hmm.
You got the kids all hyped up on werewolf lore.
And you mentioned the full moon, okay?
Yeah, there is a full moon aspect of this, the autumnal equinox,
Yep.
which we had a whole discussion about.
That could be like a
last
witch
time.
thing, though.
Yeah, and that
It's
is
like the equinox is more of a magic power zenith kind of thing.
and that is
To
tomorrow.
figure out what's up
so-
with the gold bowl.
All right, let's leave the basement. Sue, we're coming back upstairs.
Did you shout that?
Yeah,
Sue!
sorry, character voice. Sue, we are coming back upstairs now.
Great. I'm bored a little bit.
You what?
I'm bored.
I thought you said you bowled a little bit, and I was gonna lose it.
I did bowl a little bit, though. It's true. I scored gold, in fact.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you did.
And I'm guessing you put the sheet back.
Yeah, everything is back where it was.
Okay.
Due to my highly observant eyeballs.
Mm-hmm.
You are observant.
Ooh, eyeballs.
I used both of them.
Nice. Depth perception.
Nice.
I want to look around the church and see if there is anything else that is staggish. Anything of a
In the rooms
similar
or in the
motif
sanctuary?
upstairs. Since we're in the sanctuary, I just want to look around the sanctuary real quick and see if there's anything of a similar motif.
Nothing.
Nothing? Alright. This place sucks. Let's get out of here. I don't say that out loud. That's rude. That's me. Out of character. Tara says, "Thank you so much, Christina. This was lovely." And she's like getting ready to leave unless the boys have other things they want to do here.
What's your favorite color?
Blue.
Cool. That's it. Bye. See you later. We're best friends now.
I love Sue's thing of just being like a very casual chaos demon. All right, let's go look at the ruins a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, so you can sort of slip out the perpetually open front doors. And yeah, as you do so, you see all around this main hall there are piles of debris and collapsed enclosures, moss and grass growing up through floors and walls and whatnot. And then,
Pretty bad.
Yeah, and then the graffiti from the beasts are around, are covering, like I said, about probably 90% of the walls.
Mm-hmm. Is this the usual graffiti, like jungle trees and
Yes.
jungle creatures?
Mm-hmm.
Are there
I've
any
got-
deer in there?
Yeah, there are.
Okay. The similar looking
Does-
deer?
I'm not sure. Similar as in art style or as in animal?
Yeah, similar in art style.
No.
Oh yeah, so once they get out, Vic will definitely tell Tara like how the ruins actually are down there.
No, the art style is 100% different. One is graffiti styled, the other is like super old, turn of the century type stuff, I guess.
Got it. And Vic, the ruins were how old did we establish?
Thousands of years old, before the city
Not
even
just
existed here.
thank you, because I had hundreds of years in my notes.
So, like, what did you see though?
Tara's going to relay the stag. Sue, there's this really creepy stag painting down on the floor. I touched it and it made me feel weird.
Don't touch stuff that makes you feel weird.
I didn't mean to like feel weird about it. I thought maybe, if I touched it, it was
Also-
really old and really creepy.
Also, how was she supposed to know it was going to make her feel weird before she touched it? Like,
Well, no,
if
she's
you
like
touch,
perceptive and stuff. no.
just sometimes
I'm not a
things just-
psychic.
You guys know anything about gold bowls?
Gold balls?
bowl.
Bowls.
Oh, balls. No, why?
I guess holding up two hands is also sort of indicative of balls.
Well, I think you have to wiggle your fingies when you do that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is now an R-rated. This is already an R-rated stream. Who am I kidding?
Yeah, I looked in that thing, that
Oh,
altar. There wasn't really much in there. There was some candle holders, no candles, just holders. And there was a
weird.
bowl, gold bowl. It looked out of place. I like put my hand in it and I made it water and nothing happened.
Oh.
Because sometimes when you put stuff in stuff, it makes stuff happen. Nothing happened.
Oh,
this
completely
time.
fair. Yeah, I would have also put something in the bowl.
But it was gold. That's all I really noticed about it.
Hmm.
It was probably old too, though. I don't know.
It was pretty old crypt. Pretty old crypt with old painting. Nope. No bones? Though?
No bones,
not a crypt.
no caskets, no coffins.
It's
Just
like
a weird
It's a
mosaic.
regular basement.
yeah. What would you call that? Cave? It's
A
not
basement.
cave.
It's just a basement.
like a fancy basement, like
A
a
cellar?
cult room or something. Something for cult stuff.
I think we just call it a cellar.
I mean, don't you keep wine in a cellar?
Oh, that's fair. Should be wine in the cellar.
Anyhow, you know anything about any like religions or cults or anything have to do with creepy deers and gold bowls?
Nothing to my knowledge.
And maybe like it's strange that it was a deer, considering that the church is keeping the beast people from turning into beast people.
Also thought that was kind of odd.
She's probably a witch.
Yeah, she's probably a witch.
Okay, all right. We this seems silly. It's a shame we don't have the internet yet. But like, do we know anything about creepy deers and gold bowls, the equinox, and very oldness? All of those things together?
I don't think I know anything
No?
about all those together. Sadly, I don't know anything about all those things
Should we-
together. I also
go to
feel
a
like
library?
we've built a bigger mystery than we started with.
Yeah, for sure.
I was gonna ask, did Sue want to go to the basement? Since you've left and you're in the ruins, you can basically skirt the whole built sanctuary part of it and go to it as a separate entity. Since Sue didn't get to go down there, I say that not that like, oh, Sue, you need to be down there, but if Michelle, if you were like, I wanted to do something in there, but I couldn't because I had stayed up here, so that was. If you have a feeling that you want to go down there, you can still get there. If the two of you want to go back, you can go back down without having Christina know that it happened.
Okay.
I'm good.
I don't think we need to right now. But it's good to know that we could if we wanted to.
Yeah, I'm good. Theoretically, we need to do a research. Seems strange to do. Not that strange. I guess we investigators, but like.
I'm
So should we
wondering
go
if
to the library that has books?
library or city hall.
Books.
Microfiche.
What do you think?
Library or city hall.
I feel like the library is more likely to have like myths and shit listed for deer and bowls
Oh my god, we could go
alongside
befriend.
actual historical nonsense.
We could go befriend a librarian.
I'm
The
pretty good with
biggest
old
boon.
ladies.
Yeah, you are. The biggest boon we could have in a mystery game is a librarian friend.
Yes.
Mm.
Quite true.
Let's go to the library. Let us go to the library where they have books and microfilms
Okay.
and newspapers, periodicals.
Newspapers.
Sorry, I got a little laugh there.
Gaga.
Lady Gaga.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Then yes, I don't have a map for a library, but it is just a general such building. Easily enough. It is late. Most libraries are, well, I don't think any library is open 24 hours. So, you may not have much time if you, I would say, yeah, I'd say you'd have to be quick, and by quick I mean roll high. Otherwise, try something else. Seem fair?
Let's
Since
go
it's
to-
like late at night.
Yeah, let's go to the front desk and ask the librarian.
Okay.
About books on ancient religions.
That have to do with gold bowls and the equinox and creepy stacks.
Okay.
So just ask about. Also wondering about if there's any information on the previous indigenous people who might have lived here.
Oh, okay. That's a lot of separate things. So I'll see what I can do. And basically, because it's like research type stuff and not just like fiction and random books, she tells you to have a seat and comes over with probably 4 or 5 different, fairly, thick and or oddly shaped books. And I think this is what you asked for. I'm not really sure. I did my best with what you said. If you have
Oh my
any
gosh,
other
thank
questions,
you so much.
if you need more information, I'm afraid you'll need to come back in the morning.
When do you close?
Shortly.
Can we check
Like
these out?
No,
10
I'm sorry.
minutes, or-
They can't leave the building.
Okay, we'll be quick. Thank you so much. We'll be fast.
Thank you. You can see
We
like
definitely
in, like the back
came
of the
in.
library and whatever, like lights are off and they're definitely getting ready to shut
We're
down.
the people who came in 20 minutes before the restaurant closed and said, "Kitchen's still open?"
I hate those
You
people.
hear the people in the kitchen go, "God damn it!" Things get thrown against the wall.
Things being thrown. Yeah. Lambros just tossed everywhere.
But yes,
Okay, I'm gonna grab whatever book looks like it's related to old religions. What's in my stack, Philip? What do we have?
well, that's sort of. I'll let you decide that. You know what you asked of her. Tell me which of the books of what you asked, and that's the one you will have grabbed or is close to. And if you can, find the information in it, you'll get it. So,
All right, I pull this anthropological tome, this journal, this academic journal off the top stack, and I go, "Oh God." And I flip it open to the table of contents, and I'm looking for anything. You know what I do? I turn it to the index, and I look for stag.
Okay. Is there any of your power tags you want to use to try and find to try and do
I think
this?
so. Yeah.
give
I've got
you-
my asking questions tag. And because we're in a different place, I'm going to use investigator as well, and those are both under my private investigator theme. And I should so asking questions and investigator.
Asking questions and investigator. Okay.
Okay. Execute. I tear the book in half.
Oh, we'll never be allowed back in.
This is a reference item.
You come up completely empty-handed. You spend the entire time trying to chase down something, and you're not sure what, and maybe you misread a page number, but unfortunately, no. You come up completely empty-handed.
The truth is that this is dry, dull material, and she's bored. She's like, I don't want to do this. I'm hungry. It's nighttime. She hasn't had dinner yet. Like, she's been
That's what it
social
is.
all day. She's like,
Okay. The other two of you.
slaps the cover shut and just back on the pile.
And meanwhile, the other two of you. We'll say these all of your investigation is all happening simultaneously, but
Yeah, we're all just trying to speed read.
yeah,
I don't really think I have anything to add to this, so just do an investigation about what the land before, modern settlement. Like, who came here, who was here before we were here, or before gentrification.
okay, sort of like a history of the city.
The area. Yeah. No. Not
And
great.
no, you don't have anything you wanted to add to it.
I don't have anything to really add, unless I'm gonna add my burning fist attack to this book.
Not advisable.
Yeah, no.
No.
I'm gonna look up iconography, especially gold potteries, and its significance in various religions and cultures.
Okay.
And all I have is observant.
All you got. Is that it? Observant.
We are not great researchers in this researching game.
You'd think we'd be better at this.
Storm might be helpful.
No, I don't think any of those are. Well,
What if I look
Please
like
don't.
I belong in the library, so the library thinks I'm a librarian and tells me stuff better?
Is the library sentient?
Yeah.
This is a mythological town. You never know.
um,
I'm gonna
Right.
talk the book into giving up its secrets. Nope. I'm gonna laugh in the face of danger. Danger being the library closing. How about that? No.
They do
Okay.
kick us out.
um,
I think I got it to work this time.
I heard it.
Did it work?
it did. You got a 7. So you get one clue about the bowl.
The fuck is this bowl? That's my question.
Okay. So
Come on, Philip, this is our only clue. Also, contrary to what Sue said earlier, apparently he can read.
yes.
He is able to read.
Just doesn't like reading.
Okay. So yes, you flip through the book. You're like, for a second, you're just like maybe hoping to find a picture. Like you've almost given up on like the words because you don't know what it's called. Just a bowl, like the thousands of millions of uses of a bowl, right? And so at the very end, you've relegated to just flipping through, looking at pictures. And yes, you do stumble across a bowl that does seem very similar. A quick read of it.
I go, woo! And the library goes, shh!
A quick read of the stuff above it is an old, very old tool, I guess you would say tool, yeah, or item of churches, often associated with sacrifice. And like the the physical, bloody kind of sacrifice.
Yeah.
I told you need to give your blood to Shar.
I had a feeling it was going to be a creepy blood thing. My blood, I need it. And that's all.
Yeah, that's.
Is there anything on the page with it? Like, I'm pushing it a little, but is there anything on the page with it about specific cults or religions or cultures that might have used this? And do any of them mention animals or stags?
No, there's no mention of any animal, stag, otherwise. No, it is not a. It's not a particular, like, religion, I guess.
Can I get more time for my siblings to look at the books more if I go flirt with the librarian?
If you can do a convince, and you get the 10 or greater, then yes, I'll let them
Okay.
each get one more roll.
All right, I'm going to take this book that I found something in, turn it around towards Tara, tap the bowl, and then be like, "I'll be right back. You keep looking."
Are you asking, like, specifically for them to research the bowl?
No, I'm just saying, "Look, I found something." So rather than sitting there and telling them, "I found this," blah 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 blah, I'm like, "Here's the thing. You keep looking for other things. I'll be right back. I'm about to go be an asshole."
He's giving himself for the greater good.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna use talk anyone into anything. Hooray.
Okay.
Do you think I could also use looks like they belong?
Looks like they belong.
I'll whip out. Hold on. I got a prop for this.
Oh my god. Amazing.
Whip out some Poindexter glasses. Apparently he's got a what's it called? Costume kit in his pocket. Take his hat off. I'm not gonna do that. Tuck his shirt in. Go up to the front desk. Yeah. Tuck his shirt in. What? Go up to the front
What?
desk.
This is getting real.
Inconceivable.
I know. So do I look like I belong now?
Okay, I'll give it to you.
Amazing.
The reluctance.
Amazing.
I still might not make it.
You also, I mean, there's also the Modern Gods crew tag, which you could use. I mean, anybody can. I'm just saying, like, if you're super desperate,
that?
there's on the bottom half of your sheet.
Oh, it's black. It's hard to see.
Oh, can you see it on the?
Fury. Yes. Okay. I guess the first one makes the most sense because we're together trying. I'm supporting my friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yes.
Click. Cool. So yeah, I go up to the front desk, looking, trying to look much more put together than usual. These are prescription, by the way.
These aren't
And I said, hello. I'm gonna try and get posh. Hello there, miss. How are you? I know it's very late. But I could not help but notice. And I'm gonna give her some sort of like stupid compliment that librarians would like. I don't know. How? No. I got it. I couldn't help but notice the particular order in which you delivered those books to us was very, very Dewey Decimal of you. It's very, very cute.
Thank you.
It's so stupid.
very Dewey
Ah.
Decimal of
Very
you.
Dewey Decimal of you, yes.
Yeah. No, I mean, a lot of people they don't pay attention to that sort of thing, but it really does help with research. If you have the books correctly from the sections that they come from. So I really appreciate that. That was very kind of you to kill that extra mile for us when we come in here so late like this.
Well, yeah, I mean that's what we're supposed to do, I guess. And
I hate this. uh, yeah, I mean, it's very admirable that you're so dedicated to your job like this. How long have you been working here? If you don't mind me asking such personal things.
well, it's fairly new. I've only been here for a couple months now. I'm trying to get used to it. I graduated last year and the last school year and I didn't know what I would do with a degree and I found a job here, so it's nice.
That's why I haven't noticed you
Library
yet, 'cause
sciences.
you haven't been here for very long. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I mean, I would have noticed you before because you're just so, if you don't mind me saying, very cute.
Well, it's very very kind of you, but I mean still it's it's my job and I'm happy to help.
Yeah, thank you so much. Can I roll now? I feel like it goes back.
Yeah, I roll at any point.
Yeah.
Huh?
I wanted to try and convince you also. What am I doing? Convince. And it's just convince to, I don't know, pay more attention to me and not when the library closes.
I think it's working.
Hey, 10.
Yep. Yep. You are able to convince her that it is more in her interest to stay open than to close.
Yeah. Because I'm so cute.
So cute.
And then we talk about the Mets.
The Met?
I thought you meant like the Met, like the Metropolitan Museum of Art.
Yeah, let's do
Sure.
that one.
Okay.
Go Mets!
Sue was able to buy you all enough time.
Go Met!
Excellent. Thank you, brother.
Yes!
Did you say worse?
Yeah, I rolled worse, yeah.
I was tabbed onto our cameras. It was so loud I couldn't tell if you went worse or yes.
Worse.
Pretty bad.
No, this is Daggerfall,
Pretty-
right? Dude, doubles are good.
Pretty bad roll. I'm so sorry. The dice are going to timeout after this.
It's just the time crunch is really. Vic's like, I'm a bad
nervous.
speed reader. I'm a bad speed reader. What the fuck?
Yeah. Okay, I want to take a look at the pile of books. I don't really have any tags left that I could use here. Unless I was going to be a real asshole and be like, I will read the room, literally. I want to literally read the whole room, GM.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Well, if she looks
Oh,
up a different topic, can't she reuse her tags?
Okay. Yeah.
Merciful GM. All right, I've put the other book aside. I slammed it shut and I said, "You're in timeout." So I'm gonna pull the oldest looking book out of the stack I can. What do I have in my hands? Just a general history. What?
Well, so I mean, it wouldn't be about. You're not looking about the bowl, and you're not looking at. The first one was what about the people who were there?
Yeah, it's like a anthropological journal.
So you could either go the stag iconography, or you could go
Religious
equinox
symbolism?
things.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Let's do something on religious ceremonies, maybe.
Okay. I like
Okay.
that one.
I want to. Huh?
I would say, yeah, I like that one. Go for it.
Okay. Yeah. That's good, Michelle. Okay, so I will use my tags again, investigator and asking questions. Thank you, Merciful GM. And I'm just going to look for rituals involving the autumn equinox.
Okay. Okay.
We're such bad researchers.
The fucking worst.
Sue left us here when really we should have been the ones flirting with the librarian.
Yeah. No.
So when I finally come back, I'm like, she's real nice. I feel like kind of an asshole, but she's real nice. And then I look, and you guys just have these looks on your faces like,
Their hair, like both their hair is like fucking frazzled. They're both just like,
Yeah.
aren't I supposed to be the stupid one?
Wow.
Tara's a podcast listener, not a book reader. I know it's 1940, but
There's radio shows.
yeah, she's listened to the radio.
Honestly,
Well,
the podcast
a
is the
good radio
resurgence of the 1940s radio show, right?
Very true.
especially if you listen to Thrilling Adventure Hour.
Yeah, and or true crime.
Well, that's real. That's more like just listening to the news, but
That's the news, yeah.
yeah.
All right, well, we suck at research.
Yeah, but
Sue did find out about something. The bowl is a sacrificial vessel.
Sacrifice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's a little something that we got.
I guess we should keep an eye on that place tomorrow during the equinox when witches kill shit for sacrifices. Or maybe we could just go and be like, hey, we heard you were having a party. I don't know.
We heard you were having.
I mean, it's a party, right? It's a theoretically dangerous party for some parties involved, but, you know, it could be fun.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, we've failed at our research.
What would you all like to
Doppel's like,
do?
I didn't want you to go to the library anyway.
I did. I thought the library's a brilliant idea. So
I wonder if there's any way we can find out if there's any events planned for tomorrow's equinox. What did we find out about the equinox? Let me look at
When
my
was-
notes.
Billboard in the library.
when was the gala?
Like a week from now?
yeah,
Weeks from now?
Okay.
yeah, it was the gala thing was like 2 or so weeks away from when you had to have anything done.
Listen, it's been a while. I forgot what the timeline was like. I'm just making sure that the mobster gala isn't also like a witch gala.
Correct. No. They don't fall on the same time.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
What a party.
What a party. What a power play, honestly.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah. All right. Should we leave the library?
Yeah.
Let's leave the library. And it's late now, I think, right?
Yes.
Fairly late.
Yeah, you are
Tired.
you are unlikely to find a reputable business open at this hours. And I say that in the sense like you'd have to go to like a bar or a 24-hour diner or something like that that would be open. You're not going to find any kind of...
What's wrong with diners?
Nothing's wrong with diners, but the people who are at diners at 1 a.m, you know, are not in the 1940s.
That's a big assumption, God.
is.
Like, they had shit to do. They're probably working at, I don't know, metal plants and stuff, factories.
I'm not saying you can't
I'm just fucking with
find
you. Keep
useful
going.
people there. I'm just saying it's those types of things.
Keep going. I'm fucking with you. It's fine.
Now who's picking on who?
Picking on the
So
GM
you're
is like an
admitting
Olympic.
that you picked on me and perhaps you
sport.
deserve a little revenge, is what you're saying?
I didn't say any of that. I just said you're picking on me.
Mm-hmm.
So, what would you... as you all proceed out the library and the librarian kind of waves to Sue and then you hear the click of the locks and the lights shut off.
All right. Let's recap what we know here. The beasts are being suppressed from their beast forms by this church, according to whomst? Blah,
Them.
blah, blah, blah,
Them.
blah. I saw in the mirror that the thing that makes the beasts appear animal-like is sort of countered by the church, is what my notes say. God, I am shiny. So there is a mythos at work that is anti-mythos. So that is the fact we got last time. They are more beast-like naturally, despite their human appearance. So something is, but then I have something is slowly bringing out the beasts in them.
Can you clarify?
Now I'm
Jan?
confused. I'm confused.
Yes. So two aspects. One, the crime organization has become more robust recently, and by recently I mean like a year or two. It's become more. They started off just being regular hoodlums, who maybe like harassed people walking by, and they have since elevated their crimes. And also, as their appearance and natures have also been increasing in line with their moniker.
I don't
They are
understand.
becoming more beast-like?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. But they want to become more beast-like.
Yes.
This is why I'm confused, because it's like the church is suppressing their beast-like nature, but they are becoming more beast-like despite that.
Yes.
Then why don't they like the church?
So
Why do they not like the church?
their idea, one of the things that Bear told you when you last time, was that they want to be free. They want to do what they want to do, right? They're the lost boys. They're the wild ones, and they are doing, and society is constraining them. And it seems like, and to them, they see the church as the symbol of society and as of that oppression that is being placed upon them, and they are rebelling against that.
So they just view the church as that. We don't have any evidence that
Well,
the church is. I did see in the mirror that is in lore, the church is the thing that is suppressing their more bestial nature, though.
the fresco leads you to believe that yes, in the basement of the church is something that is affecting the stag head, which could be seen as part of them. So
And
yes,
those are protection runes.
um,
Protection or sealing?
They were
sigils of
described as protection.
Yeah, studded with many sigils of protection. So it is, but it's energized and it's sort of, okay. It energized, and the way it is around it and the way you see it, it's as if it's protecting it is almost like a fire hydrant protects a fire main.
Oh, so there is some sort of power. I think from that we can assume that there's some sort of power being,
Restraint.
God, what's the word I want? Restrained or contained by these sigils.
Yeah.
It's containment rune.
Do give me an investigation, Tara.
Just a straight investigation.
With yes, you'll get a +1, but yes.
Okay. These dice are going to time out.
Let me see. You have Okay. So, yeah. You're thinking about when you touched the rune, and the thing that sort of like you're say you all are walking to wherever it is you're going, and that idea, that sensation that you felt when you touched that Vic did not feel, and that Christina doesn't want to touch, and you have this idea of your, sort of like maybe you're going home, and the entrance to your office, and as part of you have your sacred place as your family, and it clicks. The reason that you felt something similar is because you know something similar. It's your extra mythos.
The base?
Yeah, you have a holy place. This is a holy place.
Do you remember what that is? What that's called? Like, I know it just says base on there because it's like extra, but do you remember what it is,
Yeah.
like what the story refers to it, what the actual game refers to it as? And what makes it?
The enclave?
Yes.
Enclave?
Enclave, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So enclaves are places of like openings into other things. That's why your office is so special, is because it's essentially its own place. Like, yes, it is above the diner, and people can get there, but they can't just enter.
Hmm.
So
So what I should take from this is that painting is the entrance to an enclave of some sort. Could be an entrance to an enclave of some sort, and we're going to need to figure out how to get into it.
well, yeah, but then there's also the sigils that are around it.
Mhm. That we haven't seen anywhere else.
Should we just go back there and investigate some more? Oh, you need to rest,
We can.
right?
I mean,
'Cause-
any investigation that we do in there is going to be
Should be
hindered
hit.
by Tara's early bedtime at this point,
Okay.
but we could.
Well, I guess the two factors here are Tara's sleepy versus tomorrow theoretically night is when whatever is going to happen happens.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. We go back now, see if there's anything else to be seen. Tara is sleepy, but also she could just touch the thing again.
Okay.
She doesn't need to be
Let's
fully
go
awake
back.
for that. Let's go back.
This time let's be sneaky.
Be stealthy.
It's funny that you think we are a sneaky crowd.
We're not stealthy
Same.
at all. We've proven time and time again. We can do
I did
it.
lose my pants that one time, didn't I?
You did lose your pants that one time. Yeah.
It was just a belt, I think.
Gross.
Although there was that one time you pushed the guy in the trunk. That was pretty good.
That was good.
Pretty sneaky.
That wasn't sneaky though.
That's pretty
was
sneaky.
sneaky.
I guess
didn't
it
see it
technically
coming.
was.
Didn't
And
see it coming.
nobody saw it. Yeah. Yeah.
It
All
was
right,
misdirection,
rescinded.
right?
Very sneaky.
I believe you are underestimating my sneakiness.
Okay. I accidentally clicked the wrong one, so the two of you may have seen the outside of an old abandoned church.
Oh no.
Woo.
Did not.
Okay.
I see black.
Should move you over to the correct one in a second, I hope.
It's all great to me.
You can't see anything, Michelle?
See the outline of something that I'm supposed to see, I think. Which is strange. I'm reloading. Oh, there it is.
I see the church in. I hit the church in tab. I don't see the
Okay.
church
Yeah, me
out
too.
tab.
Okay, yeah, yeah. It's to be the inside, yeah. Outside one is just like an old wooden church that I was thinking I would use, and then I was like, wait a minute, it's supposed to be all stone. And then I ran out of time.
Oh,
Oh, I was still on church out. Now I'm on church in.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you're back inside. Not inside the church, but I don't just as for reference.
Basement. We're going to the basement.
Okay. So you get there. You can see again. It's all the stone and everything. The graffiti that's covering it. You head around back, trying to be quiet. Do you want to try and do sneak rolls, or just sort of just go normal and hope no one really hears you? What would you like to do?
We should probably try and be quiet just in case.
Okay.
Okay.
Sneaking,
Guess I'll
sneaking.
kick this party off with the hopefully good roll.
Okay.
What? Put these dice in the garbage. Put these digital dice in the trash.
So you're, I guess maybe we'll say you're in the lead, and you're like walking around, and you're like, okay, I think I'm good. And you go around a corner, and you manage to, like, you were quiet, but then you manage to just kick a rat, and it goes "Wee!" and like goes like sailing through one of the like open areas of the church, just squealing and screaming the whole way across.
The whole ass rat, huh?
Whole ass rat. Nice.
fuck.
It's a dirty gray rat flying across the.
Oh, buddy. No rats were harmed in the making of this game.
So, like, there's no point to the rest of us rolling.
There could be. There could be only one person. If there's danger, they only know one person.
There's only one rat, don't worry.
There's only one rat. I don't trust these dice.
They're not to be trusted.
They're not to be trusted. They have really been assholes tonight. I'm looking at these rolls. We had Seuss 10 and then a 4, a 6, a 5, and a 6.
Well,
All right. Your call, Sue. Your call.
I was just thinking, if I had created a storm before we came in, would that have given us cover? Like all of us?
not cover. Well, so yes, you could have changed the game to do something and could have created a modifier. Yes.
Yeah, because like if we got the rain going, that's like a little bit of sound, and then if we need to like move something that might scrape, I could be like lightning, and then me move the thing or something. So I think I'm gonna do that. Just as
Lightning.
extra.
It can't negate what's already been rolled, but yes.
That's fine.
Sue has a flashback and says I meant to make a storm before we got it.
I'm allowed to do that, right?
I mean, you can do a flashback to any point prior to the current scene, in which you would do one roll and have that roll be the outcome of something in the future scene.
All right. Well, that doesn't make any sense then. So to create the storm, is that like just change the game?
Yeah, change the game and whatever you want to add to it.
I guess I will do that. Yeah. And I'll also click this one because It's gonna be weaker indoors? Question mark.
You're not indoors, are you?
Aren't we? Don't. I mean, how indoors is this ruin?
We're
You're-
behind the sanctuary, so we're what, like in the ruins area?
Yeah, there's almost no roofs in
Okay.
there.
Then just creating a storm. I guess I could do reckless, but that's on a different card.
It's also a negative.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you could do create a strong. I mean, you could also add the strong wind and the call lightning. Just do all of them, and you would use them when you need them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking, I would need to do them. I guess I'll do them individually again when I need them? Question mark.
No, so what will happen is you'll roll with all of them, and each one of them will add a +1 to someone else's roll.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, let's do it.
Nice.
They don't have to be used immediately.
Nice.
There you go. So you get 3 juice. So yeah, basically you will create 3 story tags. The last 3, the prolong effect would be if you wanted to do like the status thing, that would be for that. Hide the effect would be if you didn't want people to know there was a storm, which is the complete opposite of what we're trying to do. And any other improvement you and the MC agree on is just sort of a catch-all of another idea. So you have created a story tag that anybody can use that is the storm, and it'll be 3 + 1s. So now at any point, anyone can do whatever they want, and you can choose to add 1, 2, or 3 to it.
Whatever we want.
Do whatever we want.
Okay.
I solved the puzzle.
+3.
+3.
+3, I solved the puzzle.
All right.
All right. Then for my sneak, because that's just creating story tags for people to add to their shit later. Because I created cover for us. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Then for my sneaky sneaks, I'm gonna do. Looks like they belong. Well, should I turn
Oh,
into
yeah.
water? I like to turn into water, and now that there's a storm, I can travel between bodies of water.
Sploosh.
So I'm gonna do that.
I do that?
I do look like they belong. How do? What's that? A sneak around. Sneak around. Execute. I'm good at sneak. Didn't even lose my pants this time, I think.
Didn't even lose your pants.
Quite true. Quite true.
Yet.
Shit. Now, if I was gonna lose my pants, I'd have been in the library.
So,
Ayo.
the 2 of you can sort of hear the sound almost of like water jumping, water splashing, and you can just barely make out like through the rain and the wind and whatnot, just like these like little like hops of water. And Sue
Gentle
is gone.
pitter patter of the rain.
It was my perception that when I entered a puddle, it was more like a teleport rather than a hop from puddle to puddle.
Okay. Then you don't hear anything. It just sounds like a storm brewing outside.
All right, your
Tara's so
turn.
impressed.
Click clacks.
They're incredibly impressed. Yeah, we've got to sneak a little bit. Let's do. She's got no sneakiness whatsoever.
You can
But I
use
get
any.
a +1
Well, you
from
pick.
Sue.
You pick which of the ones you want. So you should be able to see them in the top corner of storm, thunder, and wind.
Oh, Yeah. Okay.
Wish I could move.
We do
that.
request
Um,
that you save the lightning one. That way we can use it if we need to move something big.
Okay. Is that storm or thunder?
Thunder, I
Should be
guess.
called lightning.
I
Thunder.
figured it was
Okay.
the thunder of, which would
Sure.
mimic. Unless you want it to be the light.
No. I just assumed you put them down as the names of the actual abilities, but you didn't, so never mind.
I will just use regular old storm.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to like give myself a little pep talk, like, okay, it's late. You've been out all day. You can do this, and I will use my own calming aura on myself.
Okay.
But it is an early bedtime for me, so I'm going to use early bedtime. So I will try and my best to sneak around.
Okay. Wait. Did I do that wrong?
Oh, it's a storm is a -1. It wouldn't have mattered. I would have had 6. So
Wait, why is that? Why are those negative? I wanted those to be positives. Try. Just do a roll again, just to see if, like, using the storm now gives you a positive.
you want me to just use storm?
Yeah, just any roll just to see, so I know if I'm doing it right for the future at least.
Still -1.
The hell?
Foundry, come on.
Okay, well, I apologize for the whatever. I guess we'll just have to make it in our own heads.
Yeah.
Get your life together, Foundry.
You could when you roll, there's a little extra modifier thing, right? So instead of clicking the lightning thing, just put a 1 in there, I guess.
Yeah, I was just hoping that it would be there so that you guys could choose to do it and have to like ask me to be like, oh hey, do it, just to so that everything went smoothly. But I guess I don't know what I'm doing.
Or
Okay.
Foundry doesn't.
But yeah, so you would have a 6, 7, 8, -1, 7.
Oh, I
You
thought
did
it would
it.
have been a 6.
No, it would have been
Just take the 7.
yeah, double 3s, which is 6, plus 2 minus
Oh,
1,
yeah.
so plus 1 would have been a 7, yeah.
Math.
So yes, with the
Okay,
storm,
yeah.
you just hit the mark to succeed.
Amazing. She's very tired. She's like stumbling into wherever Sue has gone. It's just like, all right, I'm here.
My shoes are wet.
My
These
shoes
are
are
Italian
wet.
leather.
They probably are.
Okay.
Vic has kicked a rat.
Yep, as it squeals across the room. Okay. So we'll say that in the stealthiness of it, Sue, you are the first one down because you are essentially teleporting through water. You're able to get to the area. I'm assuming that they told you sort of where you're going. You're not just, like, not blind. So you're going first, and then Tara would be going in second.
Mhm.
And then, due to the rat and the Vic's like, oh, shit, like hunkering down, like looking, like is there somebody out here? Like, what's going on? Do I need to punch someone?
Who heard my bullshit just now? Let's stop for a second and look around.
Yeah. So you're going. So you get to the stairway last, and as you do, you hear the ever familiar sound of the of a pistol being racked.
Fuck. Oh, Arnar.
But the other two are already out of sight and down the and heading down the stairs quietly.
Oh, Vic hears this. We
Vic.
don't.
Correct.
Rip.
So you're upstairs by yourself getting threatened?
Possible.
Uh-oh.
So, does it sound like it? Is it one of those things where it's like right behind me?
It's fairly close. Like it's not. I mean, it's a pistol, so they know that range is better than, CQC. So
Right.
CQC.
close quarters combat. Sorry.
I know what
Oh.
it is. I was being Solid Snake.
CQC.
I know what CQC is. I've played Metal Gear.
Yeah,
I just know Michelle's always bad with acronyms, so I have to use the word when
that's
I
very
use it.
true.
Oh my God, Michelle used an acronym on me the other day, and I was like, "Who are you?"
I'm a stranger.
So,
NBD, bro.
NBD.
so the two of you get downstairs, and Sue, Tara knows what the room looks like. To Sue, this is all new. But
It's new.
do you want me to reread it for you, or do you know enough?
You can truncate it a bit.
You drop down a spiral staircase. It's a spacious, dank, and dark basement. In the center is the fresco of the stag head, surrounded by protective rooms.
Dank.
Dank.
There's also no light down here. So, because last
Oh,
time,
is it dark now?
yeah, it's the middle of the night at this point, and also there's
All right,
no
Tara's-
way into the. There's nothing
Tara's
above you.
literally. Tara's a living lantern, so she's just like,
Yeah.
fire.
Oh.
So yeah, just so you know that as long as the only way to see it is if one of you creates light somehow. But yeah,
I do that.
that's just an ability you have. It just creates light. So
Yeah.
So yeah, you see it. It'll probably take a couple. We'll say, we'll cut to Vic, because you're in the room. You're all trying to be sneaky. You don't know that Vic isn't directly behind you. So Vic, you hear the sound behind you. You know the space is kind of open, kind of outdoor. It's mostly outdoors. There's still some walls. We'll say weak walls. So if you wanted to try and do something with that, it's also an open air.
So it is dark currently, a dark and stormy night, as it were,
On the
Vic is
rain-slick
actually-
precipice of darkness.
on the rain-slick precipice of darkness. Wow.
Thank you, Penny Arcade.
2013. Where have you gone? Where have you been? It's a long time ago. So is the doorway? We're upstairs now. We're on the ground floor right now, the second story.
Correct. Yeah. You're you're level with the earth, right? The basement is
Ground
inside the earth, but you're ground floor.
Yeah.
But there's nothing really above you, so you could it's just sky above you.
Right. Man, what I was gonna try to do was get to the doorway that leads here. Try to press my back against it, so when they walk through, I'll have a chance to either have them go, walk around, pretty much trying to get the drop on them as soon as they get through the door.
I would say no. That more accurately, they have the drop on you.
Okay, yeah.
Like you've
That.
Button.
you were walking out, and you were far enough out that they must have seen you, and that's why they racked the gun. So
Gotcha.
you have strong reason to believe that they know that you're there and are possibly aiming a gun at you.
Okay. I mean, if that's the case, then I will immediately try to dive for some stony cover.
Okay. What would that be? Okay. You know what? I'd say that's not even really a roll. That's just that's your action. And yeah.
I mean, it might be face the danger if they're like lining up a shot, because it's kind of like a get there before you take
Well,
fucking piece of a round in the ass.
Yeah, face the danger would be once they pull the trigger. So like you
Okay.
hide for something, and then if they choose to shoot, you would face the danger and have the cover type thing.
Gotcha.
Okay. So you just are like, you hear the sound, you like that half second of like, oh shit, you look left, look right, and then just barrel roll.
Find the sturdiest piece of cover I can find. Yeah.
Yeah, so you do that, and you hear a voice. It's female. You recognize it. You came back, I see.
Oh, so she saw me in the darkness.
With her witch eyes.
Thought you could get the drop on me? Thought you could just come in here and graffiti everything. Not this time.
What? Too quiet. What?
Said, get the drop on me, graffiti everything. Not this time.
She thinks I'm one of the beasts.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty open out here, right?
Yeah.
This is still like the ruinous.
Mm-hmm.
She's- There's one or two things I'm thinking of here.
Yeah?
One of them is more confrontational. One of them is more deceptive.
Either way, we're gonna have an exciting time.
Yeah. So she thinks Vic is one of the beasts. So he was either going to play into that and like start whooping like an ape of some kind,
Okay.
and just like try to like bound out of the ruins. Like he's been caught. He's she's there, so he's trying to just get away.
What if you trick her and get her to tell you what her problem with you is?
I mean, we know what her problem with them is. She thinks they're murderers and they've been graffitiing the neighborhood.
So she says. So she claims.
Yikes, she's a liar.
Would she?
I will say-
Would she tell the person that she has a problem with the truth? Then again, she has. It's like it's odd because she's potentially just getting her information from the newspaper, or does she have an actual problem?
If anyone's gonna get shot, it should be Vic. You've been shot more times than anyone else in this campaign and survived.
He shot at you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what? We'll try to fish for now, I guess. And Vic will be like,
Wait.
Come on.
"What's your
out.
problem with us anyway?"
Oh, you know my problem. You can tell the voice is moving a little bit, right? Like as she's talking, you can tell that she's trying to track a little bit. But oh, you know my problem. You know what I have against you. Don't act like you're innocent all of a sudden.
Now spell it out for me, why don't you? You're gonna do me right here anyway. Why not just spill the beans?
Give me an investigation, but in the sense that you're trying to either like deceive her, or you're trying to pretend to be somebody else, or
I've got the lying shamelessly. I can
Okay.
try to use.
Nice.
Now, Dice, I know we've had a rocky relationship tonight. Hey.
Okay. So you're trying to get her to spill the beans, right? Or well, I guess what are like? Do you have something you're specifically trying to get out of her, like by pretending to be a member of the beasts that you're trying to?
I'm trying to see if if her motivations for not liking the beasts are solely limited to, oh, I think I've heard rumor that they're bad, or if she has a actual personal vendetta against the beasts for something they did directly to her.
Okay.
Like, yes, they've graffitied the place, fine, but like that's a little extreme for her to be willing to pull a gun on them. And she thinks they're murderers, but that's only hearsay technically without corroboration.
Okay.
Wait, is she one of those people who has a sign in her garage that says like "touch my tools and I'll shoot"?
No, not quite. I'm not sure. I don't know how a person would say this verbally, like how they would they would string the sentences together. But essentially, she says that she is being aggressive to you right now because she thinks that you're one of the beasts, and that you are trying to like do more damage to the church, right? Or graffiti more internal of the church, and are, how do I want to say this, like upset that she is pinning these murders on you.
Oh, so she's saying like, she's upset that the murders are being pinned on us?
No. That she's upset at you that you're here because you're trying to do something, you're trying to attack her, you're trying to hurt her in the church as like retaliation for her trying to pin the murders on you.
Oh. Okay.
Really quick.
The
The victims' bodies.
And
What was done to them again?
and I'm gonna need Vic to roll me face the danger.
Okay.
And anything you've got to go with it.
I imagine she's going to pop around the corner and probably try to take a shot at me.
Yes. Yep. As she was talking, and you, like I said, you could hear her moving as she was talking. She's trying to get an angle on you, and as soon as she was, hoping to talk long enough to keep you pinned down, and until she got the shot. So.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to use flash of light as she comes around the corner from my bastion tree. Pretty much like as she comes around, like her night vision's probably a little better now, but that the old thing of like your night vision is fucked once a non-red light is turned on immediately. So Vic is gonna cover his eyes and just kind of like create like a torchlight in his hand, pretty much, like a quick.
Okay.
Like old flashbulb photography, pretty much, like lighting off like a row of gunpowder real quick, just get that bam.
Nice.
And also the flame shield to help block, I'm guessing.
Sure, I wasn't going to, but why not?
I mean, you don't have to. I was just saying, like, the shield could help block some of the damage of the bullet.
Let's face the danger. Or we could not and say we did, I guess.
Oh God. R.I.P.
Okay.
What'd you roll?
Fucking 3.
Vic actually got shot.
The two of you here.
Use the two storm thingies.
For what?
To not get shot.
It's not
You can startle her with
particularly
some thunder.
applicable.
We can startle her with thunder.
And the strong winds, you could push her.
Blow the bullet away.
I don't
So
know if that works that way. I don't have control over
Vic.
those.
No, wait, Vic, get shot. I have to see if it's a 9mm.
Okay.
you flash that light, the shield flares up. She takes a shot. Unfortunately, we'll say she's a good shot, but she connects. Sue and Tara, you hear a gunshot crack loudly through the air, even down here, even through the sound of the storm. Sue knows thunder. This is not thunder. This is a gunshot.
This is not like when you're calling the non-emergency on the 4th of July.
Yeah. And as you both
Is
hear
that fireworks?
as you both hear that, you're like, what? And you look at each other and you realize Vic is not in the room with you.
So much for observant.
Oh, Tara's excuse is that she is seepy. She's eepy. Okay, well we have to go see what happened to Vic, like obviously.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tara is gonna just come on, Sue, we gotta go save our brother. Although we don't know if it was Vic that was doing the shooting, so
True.
Oh,
we're like, oh god, gunshots.
so far you have not seen Vic shoot anybody. Like in this campaign, or in what we've been playing, you haven't seen him shoot anybody.
Okay. Alright. She's becoming a bear. She's embracing her bestial nature.
I'm cold.
Your little teddy bear.
Oh.
All right, let's go back up the stairs. I think very like barely peek around the corner from the sanctuary to see if we can see what's going on.
You look
What
around.
can we see from our vantage point?
As you look around, like you're like, what the? You try and like get a good eye. You try and like
Sue doesn't sneak. He just goes up.
as you come up, you can see Christina with her red hair, cropped red hair, leather jacket, standing over something. But unfortunately, like you can tell that she has some kind of a gun pointed down, and there is rubble blocking your view of whatever. So she's sort of like, it's like she is pointing a gun at something behind some rubble.
All
You
right,
can tell it is Christina.
we're gonna tag team this one and scare the shit out of this lady to get her to back down or hopefully drop the gun or something. How we want to do this?
I mean, I'm still water, or I can be water again. And he didn't
Okay.
use the lightning thing.
Mhm.
So like, we could use the lightning and the strong winds.
Okay, lightning and strong winds. I could essentially do like a heat metal on her gun to get her to drop it.
I can also engulf people in a water spout.
That's true, and it is storming outside, so I feel like that's a really good option.
I also have intimidation. So we have a couple of things I could do that would scare her.
All right. Let me try and talk to her first, and if she is uncooperative, then come on out and get her. Sound good?
Okay.
All right. So, Tara is gonna go ahead and produce some light again, just so that she is easier to see. I have a feeling that is why. I mean, that is why Vic got shot, is because she couldn't tell who he was, and he pretended to be from the beast. So I think she'll recognize Tara. She is not that forgettable. And she's just gonna walk out like hands up, drenched.
Yes. Oh,
Hey, Christina,
if I
it's
could
us.
interrupt real quick. So,
Oh yeah.
part of the aspect of the game, you had said you're gonna try and get her attention, and if things go south, have Michelle do something. Sorry, have Sue do something. Probably what I think you were meaning is using for people who don't know much about this game, their system of hit with all you've got, which is the more powerful version of an attack, more powerful than the go toe-to-toe. To do that, that's where you need to have them not know you're there. So if, Michelle, if that's what you were thinking you would do, was use the hit with all you've got, you have to do something to, like, so that they don't know you're there. So you have to sort of, like, set it up.
I mean, I'm water.
Yeah.
I also wasn't planning on using that, but should I?
I'm sorry. I thought the things you were saying you were going to do were you were going to attack her. No?
I mean, we talked about scaring her.
Oh.
Yeah. The plan right now is to try diplomacy first, and then if diplomacy doesn't work, then we come in with some more, not violent, but some more, I guess, convincing.
Aggressive.
Aggressive, thank you, that's the word I want. We'll come in with a little more aggressive measures, but if she can see Tara, my hope is that if she can see Tara and recognize her from earlier that day, she will stop trying to just shoot us on sight and talk to us for a second. We've put ourselves in a situation where we got caught. So
Okay. My apologies.
So-
I misunderstood how you were. Okay.
no worries. I'm just gonna let her know that I'm there. Like, I won't give away Sue's location because I want, and you're water anyway, so it doesn't matter as long as she can see you. Hey, Christina, it is just us. We were coming back to check the sanctuary out again, and she probably should have just asked you if we could come in. Didn't know you were still here. So if you could not shoot my brother, I'd really appreciate it.
When you first start talking and sort of popping around the corner, she definitely points the gun at you. I think you catch her off guard, and she
Tara does not like that. She's freaked out.
and she there is the moment where she does recognize you, and she's like, why are you here? What are you doing?
Literally
What?
just told you we were coming back to check out the sanctuary.
She seems sort of like flabbergasted, I guess, that you're here, you know who you are. She looks back down at Vic, and like there's not really enough light to see who he is, but she then points it back at you. Is this your brother?
Big guy, kinda gruff voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's him. Is he okay? Please tell me you didn't shoot my brother.
No, I definitely shot your brother.
Great. Step away from him, please.
Great.
How about you come out in the open here? Why are you sneaking around? Like, what are you trying to do? What are you
Tara
looking
is
to
just
find?
like, listen, you've got a weird painting in your basement. There are a bunch of weird murders going on in this city. I'm trying to solve a weird problem for my weird clients, and you are being a real weird pain in my ass. So if you could just tell us what
Stop
we
being
need to
weird.
know about your issue, or get out of our way, that would be amazing. So your choice. Tara's tired. She's on edge. She's ready to light a bitch on fire.
She basically, like, she has the gun pointed at you and kind of does this like motion where she kind of like turns the gun sideways, like, who do you think should be mad at who for being in the other's business? And then
You shot my brother.
you came in to my house, started asking me all these weird questions, and then
I'm sorry, you
middle
live
of the
here
night.
now, Christina?
No, I
You
don't.
live in the church now?
I
Okay.
don't live here.
It's a
but
public space.
It is.
It is
yeah.
a public space.
Okay, so I have two questions before this continues.
Yes.
How?
When are we going to start slapping each other?
So I need a couple clarifications.
Sure.
How hurt is Vic? I imagine he was shot probably in the shoulder or the thigh.
You are
Or- or
unconscious.
I'm unconscious. Never mind then.
It was 5. It was a status of 5.
Yeah, you are one wound away from dead.
Nice.
Oh.
Then never mind. I can't add anything to this conversation.
Sorry.
It's fine. I just wasn't. I misread the situation.
Yeah. So you could tell that she's upset. One, she's on edge because she just shot somebody, Vic in particular, and also that
He's a victim.
she's not sure of that yet.
I like that Philip just
What?
let it pass.
The victim. Okay, sorry.
Mhm.
How about that? The title, playing the victim.
Episode title.
Episode title.
Perhaps.
Anyway,
Check.
yeah. So
I'm setting up.
so she's pissed that you're here on edge because she just shot somebody.
Sure.
And now
Yes.
you're trying to give her
Understandable.
attitude for sneaking around. I mean, yes, it's not her home, but she sees that. Like, it's to her. To her, it is. Like, this is her place. This is her sanctuary, and you're just sneaking around in the middle of the night, being all weird and
Oh yeah.
and pretending to be her sworn enemy. Vic is.
Yeah. That to be perfectly fair, yeah. Punishment not fitting the crime here. Does she need to be shooting people? Absolutely not. This is a little extreme.
yeah,
But I
that-
definitely get it.
Oh, yeah, that was the question. I guess I was asking for clarification's sake on my part, since I can't relay the information.
Mhm.
She is upset because she's been killing people, and the beasts are getting blamed for it, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
That is what
just
she
making
told
sure.
you. But
Yeah,
you're the
just
only one to know.
Making
That.
sure. Yeah, exactly.
And now he's fucking unconscious.
Yeah. I knew she was strong, but I was like, no, I mean, Vic's whole thing is defense. He's gonna be good.
She shot him into oblivion.
Listen, my whole thing
Vic's
is
taking a little nap.
I didn't build for defense. I didn't know you could stack shit like that when we first built these, so I tried to do a little bit of everything.
All right. What's she up to, Philip? What's my situation here?
So
She's angry.
she's
Tara's
angry.
EP.
She is on edge, but she is kind of frazzled. So like, she kind of has a hair trigger, but she's not necessarily thinking clearly, which could go either way. Like, it could be bad for you if you do something that can make her shoot you that much easier, but if you want to try and like trick her into something, she may not be able to recognize it as fast because like of everything that's racing through her mind right now.
She flustered.
Yeah. So she's
All right. Well, I've
flustered.
got my backup. I've got my backup of Sue. I'm gonna try and calm her down first. So, I think I would like to convince her to lower her weapon first of all and step away from Vic. So, I want to, let me use light of the world a little bit here, to sort of like brighten that light that Tara gives off, so that
Mhm.
maybe in the hope that she will see that it is Vic. And then I also want to use my calming aura to sort of bring the tenor down a little bit. We're both being assholes.
Wrong button, sorry. The thing is, I'm trying to figure out what you would be rolling.
Okay. I was thinking a convince.
Yes. So your convince is remember, it's a carrot or a stick type thing, right? So whatever you add to it is the stick. And so it's like, hey, do this thing that I'm asking you to do, such as lower the gun, or face said consequence. So
okay.
So that's how convince
Got it.
works. Like, I know it's kind of weird. Be like, hey,
I can
we're
work with that.
friends. So yeah, it's like, what are you going to do if she doesn't lower the gun?
I'm going to use intense heat to, like I said, essentially heat metal the gun in her hand.
Okay. So
I'm going to heat up that firearm so it burns the shit out of her hand if she doesn't drop it.
Fire hand.
Firearm.
So could I use intense heat as part of my...
Yeah. So you would be
Convince?
saying, essentially, you're going to throw a little bit of a threat into your
I'm going to throw a
words.
little bit of one of these. I'm going to be like, let's bring it down. Maybe we bring it down. And if you don't bring it down, I'll make you bring it down.
Yes. Yes. And then so she knows that you're saying as if, she may not know why she thinks you have an upper hand somehow, since she's the only one with the gun. But yeah, you're I know it says convince, it should be more like threaten, but yeah. So threaten her with.
It's not a super threaten. This is definitely like a convince. Like, you can bring it down a notch or 5, or I can bring you down a notch or 5. So I guess it's a threat, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to use all of the theme tags on my expression theme, because with Light of the World, trying to light Vic so she can clearly see, like, if it's not as dark, maybe she won't be as freaked out. Calming Aura, again, to deal with the freaked outedness, and then Intense Heat, because if she doesn't cooperate, I am going to burn her hand. And then I think early bedtime still applies here. Poor Tara is trying to operate so far past her bedtime. She is a little bit, like, loopy.
Okay.
And I will execute my convince. God damn it.
TPK.
She is not convinced.
Wow, really?
That mausoleum's about to have some bodies in it finally.
You see her sort of like duck behind the rubble, and amazingly, one-handed, hoist Vic up. And
Why is she so strong?
I don't know. She's pretty strong for some reason. And she begins to, like, keeping her gun trained on you, sort of like begins to make her way back into the sanctuary.
Okay, that's where I step in.
Okay.
Yep, this is Sue's moment to shine now.
Okay, now I see why you were like, okay, you probably want to use the really strong power. I don't know why you sound like that, but that's how you sound now. I'm really sorry. So I am going to go ahead and use the flash of thunder that I had ready already. Do I want to do that? I guess I could just make another one and leave those, like, for other people.
I mean, you have to. They're always their own. You can make more, but that's sort of your role. Like, that's your turn. I mean, this game doesn't really have set turns. If you have the spotlight, you have the spotlight, but it's supposed to sort of be that there is passing of time between each of these.
Yeah. My thought is just like, I could use the lightning that's already there, or I could save it for other people. Anyhow, I'm water currently, so I'm gonna have turned into water. I'm going to. Do you think there are puddles in the sanctuary or no?
Yes. Yeah, with the rainstorm. Yeah.
Right, then I will have been, like, around the stairs. Actually, maybe it's better to just stay there. So here's my plan.
Okay.
Ish. As she's coming back towards the stairs, I think we agreed that I could talk as water. Right?
I think so.
I'm not sure. If you want to, we'll say yes. If you think you should be able to, if you think that's part of your mythos, then yeah.
Yeah. I can hear the ringing of Susano's voice in my ears as the storm swirls. Anyway, so the storm's already happening, so I don't need to create a storm. And does that make my shit stronger? I forget.
If you use it, it does.
Okay. Do I need to create storm if there's already a storm?
If you want the +1 to whatever you're doing, then yes.
Okay. All right. I'm just trying to get all of my shit, my ducks in a row, if you will.
What move are you trying to do?
Okay, so basically, it's sort of a combo thing. I want to, as she's coming back towards the sanctuary, sort of rise up out of the water and, like, become humanoid again, and say something snarky like, "I told you I was a monster too," and scare her with that, and then also engulf her in a water spout, and then have the lightning like hit the ground, you know. So like make it very theatrical.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're trying. What move are you going to be using with all of this stuff?
I want to hold her in place and scare her. Is this two different things?
Yes.
Okay. Can I do both of those things back to back?
Yes, but you can't use the same moves.
Aren't they different?
I mean, if you're trying to like, I'm not sure. It seems like if you're trying.
What does holding her in place fall under?
So if you're trying to like stop her from like carrying Vic inside, then it would be go toe to toe, and you would like achieve a goal. That would be just
Okay, so what is it if I am trying to scare her?
and that would be convince. You're threatening her.
All right, so that's two different things. So I can use the same tags on those two different things.
Yes, but she gets to respond in between the two. Because you're like, you would try to scare her, and if whatever your scare does, your intimidation, your convince.
Okay, so what if I make the Okay, so how about I do all of the things, I use all of the tags, I bring up the water world thing, water tornado guy, and
Water
that is
spout.
meant to scare her. Thank you. That is meant to scare her. And then if it's not effective, then I use it to try and hold her. So like the intimidation would stagger her mentally rather than physically. And then if it doesn't work, I'll try again. Does that make sense? Doing it as two separate moves doesn't really make sense.
Well, I mean, because it kind of has to be. Otherwise, you would just chain a dozen moves together and be a god.
I mean, she would have time to react between.
Yeah. So okay.
So we're gonna go with just the intimidation instead, not actually holding her.
Okay. So you're gonna roll
Everything.
a convince.
Yes.
Yeah. And if she does not comply with your convince, she will get her own do something, and then you will have to do something with whatever she has her reaction. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay, so if we go at it from the other angle, the holding her in place with the water spout.
If you go toe to toe and you achieve a goal of stopping her, you are basically blocking her path from taking Vic inside the sanctuary. So she can't just carry him in there. She's not like restrained. She's not like, oh, I'm trapped in this spot. She's like, I can't escape the way I thought.
That's closer to what I want to do then, and I
Okay.
can flavor that with being a bitch and having lightning and stuff.
Yes.
Okay, then that's what we're doing.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Go toe to toe. I've got create storm, call lightning, turn into water because I'm unturning into water, I guess. Engulf in water spout for the wall thing. Intimidating. Can I do talk anyone into anything or no? Definitely laugh in the face of danger though.
Mm-hmm.
For go toe to toe. No, I don't think the intimidating.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Not to be greedy.
Be greedy. We've been
I don't-
really fucking up these rolls, so be greedy.
That's fair. That's fair. I could also do strong wind, just as a sort of like blow out my coat type deal, like really make it theatrical. Is that too much, or can I throw it on there?
The wind.
Yeah.
Just the plus. You can use your +1. It would be more like using the wind to stop her, and
but-
it is affecting your jacket.
Then I can't use any of these if I go toe to toe with her again in this scene. Right?
No. Yeah. Yes, you can use them. You can't. Yes, you are correct. You can't. If you fight once, you can't use the same move in the same situation and for the same reason. So yeah, if you all of these moves that you use will essentially use them up on a go toe to toe. If you want to then punch her on the subsequent rounds, you can't use any of the ones you've currently used.
Cool.
Yes.
Cool. We're not going to use strong wind. We're also not going to create storm. But I am going to use the one that I made earlier. Actually, I could use both of the ones that I made earlier because we were going to use those for sneak and shit anyway. So I'm going to use both of those. So I'm not going to use my tags right now, but I am going to use what is equivalent of the same thing without using my tags. So
your
just
plus
to make
2
sure.
juice. Yeah, your juices from earlier. Yeah, that's plus 2.
Cool. Cool. Then I'm going to do that. I will give you this thingy now.
I love this incredibly OP move.
Turn into water. Call lightning. Engulf in water spout. I don't think the intimidating.
I'm trying to do intimidating though. Is that not okay?
You're trying to, like, you're not intimidating her with the water spout. You're trying to physically restrain her with the water spout.
Yeah, but I'm flavoring it with being intimidating. That's why I'm like coming out of the water and crashing the lightning and stuff.
Okay. Yeah. And laugh in the face of danger. I thought that was like a defensive ability. No.
What did we write down for it? Because I thought that was just like I'm brave and I don't give a fuck. That's what.
Okay.
F under whatever this is.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, F.
F under mission.
No, I'm not even sure. I gotta have all this memorized. Let me see.
Stacking it.
Pursuing your mission has made you blank. You said it's part of mission?
Yep.
Yeah. Pursuing your mission has made you laugh in the face of danger. Okay. And yeah, and then I will say that if you're being intimidating and laughing in the face of danger, I would say probably your recklessness is
okay.
Being a little reckless. You're trying to go so far overboard with everything, which I mean is good. Because you know Vic is in trouble. And then what about the? You had said you wanted to use the 2 from the storm.
Yep.
Is that the call lightning and the, or is that
Strong wind?
So it's just the strong wind.
No, both of them.
Okay.
So it would be 7 things that I'm throwing on the table, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then -1 from you.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
I got an attention. Did it add it automatically?
Yes.
Cool.
Okay. 13. You get to choose 2 of those options.
Cool. Did I roll a 6 and a 3?
You did.
Okay. So that's actually a 15.
Yes.
Okay. Is that higher than you can actually get?
No, not really.
All right. If I roll a 15, should I get 3 things?
No, you'd have to got dynamite.
Okay.
If you had the ability to dynamite, then yes, you would have gotten more things.
So I really didn't need to use those two things.
You did not need to have used them, but
Okay.
you didn't know you
But I
weren't going to
did.
roll snake eyes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I don't want them to take Vic, so I should probably do the first thing.
Yep. So
Um,
here's the thing. You have two options.
I have 3 options.
Well, you said you had already said you wanted to stop her from taking Vic. So that's your first one. You can get them good, and because of what you did, you will hit her with a tier 6 damage.
Okay.
Oof.
Actually.
Who just murders her right here.
Yeah. Which you as a player know tier 6 will kill you, and most people are weaker than you. And you know that her shot does 5 damage, which is enough to knock someone unconscious. So if you don't block, even if you do kill her, she still gets to shoot you.
Cool.
Because you didn't. It's a shot before she dies type thing. So you can either block and continue on with it. You can block it, or you can take her out of the fight permanently.
What if I don't want to kill her?
We probably
Can I
shouldn't
do,
kill
like-
her, to be honest.
Yeah. Can I do like a what's it called?
Disarm.
Unfatal, non-fatal?
Yeah.
The thing.
I'm not sure. I feel like if you're striking someone with lightning, that there's not a non-fatal version of that.
Haven't you ever seen the
live
movie
from lightning
Powder?
strikes.
She had a baby after that.
They're a little roasted a little bit, but sometimes people live.
People do survive lightning strikes, like, not uncommonly.
Okay. Yes. I will say that you could do it non-lethally. Although I can definitely see someone arguing that being reckless doing this, that you wouldn't have that option. But I will.
You tell me what to do. If you think it's gonna be.
If you want it to be non-lethal, then we can work that.
Okay. And then I'm just like, okay, I choose to block.
After all that bargaining.
I don't know. I'm actually a little stumped because like just putting her out right now is probably the best way, right? I just have to hope that she does not then end me.
Yes.
I think she's fixing to end you, buddy. So don't
Yeah.
leave me by myself.
So you had. Yeah, if you don't block, you roll face the danger, and you can't use any of the moves you have in this list.
The face of the danger is different than go toe to toe.
No. That's the block damage is the blocking. These are the two that are in it that are always linked together. You can't hit with and block with the same ability.
But I can use strong wind, call lightning, sword, travel between bodies of water, talk anyone into anything, etc. Because I didn't use those.
Yeah, anything that you haven't used in
Okay.
here, you can face the danger.
Yeah, let's do it. It'll be fun. I'm gonna get her good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then
Zap. Stop.
why does it keep doing that? Why does it do that? Okay. Face the danger.
All right.
Face the danger, buddy.
I will. I'll do it. Headshot. Jesus.
You're taking too much damage to survive.
Don't say that. Okay.
Hey, you started singing Storm.
I sure did. I will. Okay, so my plan here is to use strong wind to try and put her off balance.
Okay.
Call lightning again as a distraction.
No, you use call lightning in your attack.
I didn't. I
So-
used create storm in my attack.
Turn into water, call lightning, engulf in a water spout, intimidating, laugh in the face of danger, reckless.
It should have been create storm, not call lightning. Sorry. Because I was planning to use the call lightning from before, so it would have been dumb to use both. I did use the call lightning from before.
So you, okay.
I could just use call storm now if you prefer, but I was doing call storm. I could not do it if you'd rather.
So you're saying you meant to hit create storm instead of call lightning.
Yes.
Okay.
Because we had the call lightning and strong wind from earlier. Yes?
You had a +2 from your previous change the game. It just is a +2.
Which had the strong wind and call lightning left. And in my brain, what was left was strong wind and call lightning. And that's why I wasn't going to use my call lightning.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, it's the and since in game terms, it is its own different +1 2 times. They're completely different, so you can use both the call lightning from your own storm and the one from one you created earlier. Like they're just
Yes. It's just I wasn't going to because I wanted to be able to use it later.
okay. So that call lightning meant to be create storm.
Yes.
Okay.
If
No, then that's fine.
No, I have an additional question. If I use this call lightning now, can I use it later, or because I'm using it on something that's connected to a toe to toe, can I not use it later?
Can't use it later.
Okay, I'm not gonna use it then.
Wait.
Strong wind. What? In case for some reason she is not dead, I want it for later.
Right. So if we replace the call lightning in this turn with create storm,
Uh-huh.
then yes, you still have call lightning to be used. You can use it in
on
your
this-
defense. And yes, theoretically
I
you
can.
could
But
use it
but
on
if I
another
wanna
go
use
toe to
it-
toe.
I can?
Yes.
That's so confusing. Okay.
It's meant so that you're not just doing the same 3 things every single turn. You can't just be like, oh, I'm going to call lightning, create a
get
storm,
it.
call lightning, create a storm.
I'm just confused because you said that we can't use.
When you
It's
use
fine. It's fine.
go toe to
It's fine.
toe,
It's fine. It's fine. Bam. Okay. Strong winds. Try and put her off balance. Call lightning for distractions and flashiness. Do I want to try and deflect the bullet with my super cool lightning sword, wind sword? It's a wind
You should
sword.
try and deflect this bullet in any way you can.
Or do I want to try and like dodge by turning into water? Like, bye.
Shoot through the water. Listen,
would that work?
I
Would
can't
that work?
drag both your asses back to the office, so
So I'm gonna turn back into water, just because that's slippery. Although if I did do the sword thing, I could use my swordsman tag, right?
I don't think swordsman would help with the gun shot. So no.
No, I mean
you've
like
never heard of bringing
trying
a sword
to
to a
use
gunfight.
yeah, trying to use the sword to like deflect, like swordsman would help with that. I'll just travel between bodies of water. It's fine. Can I laugh in the face of danger again, or
Nope.
no? Because I used that previously.
Because you used it in the attack.
Okay, then I think that's all I can do. That's 3 things. I don't like that. I want it to be more things.
I want you to survive. Yeah, I mean, as
Same.
long as you don't take a status of 5.
Yeah, as long as you get a 7, which is average.
I mean, I've been rolling really good, so it's about time for me to roll bad, is what I'm saying.
You're due, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
I've been rolling very shitty tonight.
Very shitty. Can I try and do the sword thing? Like, if I do the sword thing and add swordsman, that gives me 1 extra. But if that's not a thing I can do, I'll stick with travel between bodies of water. Turn into water. Or no, travel between bodies of water.
Um,
I think the sword thing would be cooler.
I'm just saying, we have a universe here where like people turn into big animals, but Thu can't deflect a bullet with his sword, his magical sword.
Magical wind sword.
Me
Also using strong wind.
rules
Strong
lawyering the
wind sword.
GM.
Poor
I'm
Poor
sorry.
Philip.
This
He's like,
is the way I
I'm so
am.
tired of you, Michelle. Why are you so hard to deal with?
no, it's just like some things definitely seem like they should be aggressive, and some things are defensive. And I don't know.
Por qué no los dos?
I don't know what that is. Why can't they be both?
Why not both? Why
Yeah,
can't
why
they
not
be
both?
both?
¿Por qué no los dos?
Because then at some point you'd just be like, why aren't they everything?
Why aren't they everything?
Why can't she use her sword to sneak
We're
around?
We're being creative. Why can't she use her
Because that
sword to
doesn't make
sneak
any
around?
sense.
That doesn't make any sense. It does
I
make
could
sense
use the sword
deflect a
to
bullet with your
break
sword.
into somewhere. I could use
Yeah,
the
she could
sword.
like
Yeah.
Jimmy open the door.
Yeah, that
No
I could
credit
do.
card? Who cares? She's got a sword.
Got a sword.
Popping locks with that.
Yeah. I'm really surprised you're not into this. You love anime.
It's not that I don't like the idea.
She's gonna. She's
just
not
someone
asking
has
to
to
cut
be.
the bullet in half.
No.
That's what she's asking
That
to do.
was
She's asking to cut the
No, I'm
bullet.
asking to
She's
deflect
deflecting the
it.
bullet.
Deflect it. It doesn't I don't have to cut it. Just like hold sword up, bullet go ping.
And stop a bullet with a sword.
Yeah.
It's
This
a
point-
magical wind sword. It is like a relic.
It is a relic.
It's got a
Not a
star
relic.
next to it, Philip. It's got a star next to it.
It's just because it's an extra
upgraded.
one. It's 'cause you
It's a
could-
extra special sword.
No.
See, it's
That's
after
not
9
that
and we're
star
loopy
makes-
now.
Okay, you can have it.
Thank you.
Yes! I can't believe we bothered the GM into letting us do this.
Poor Philip.
Poor Philip.
Okay. I will face the danger without further botherment.
Don't die. Hey, Michelle,
try.
don't die.
Okay. 3.
You didn't die.
Okay.
I need to roll a little higher. Damn you, 1.
Okay. You have you take 4 wounds. Which I don't even
So I'm still conscious?
Yes.
Is she still conscious?
No.
All right.
All right. It's fine.
You don't put her out of her misery.
So
I tried to do the sword thing and it missed.
I mean, you tried to deflect a bullet with a sword and you realized that that's not really possible.
It's definitely
First of
possible.
all-
People do it in
First of
reality.
all, I will
People
find you a
actually cut
YouTube
bullets
video
in half in
right
reality.
now. I will find you a YouTube video right now of someone deflecting a bullet with a sword. I guarantee it's out
It
there.
is for fucking reals. That happens.
I mean, I'm not saying that it can't happen. I'm saying
You
it,
just said that word
Okay.
for word. It's recorded on the internet.
Okay, no, I
It's at the
said
record.
you tried and that can't happen. Yes, there are people
Roll back the camera.
there are people
Roll back the footage.
who stand on a baseball field and have a gun mounted on a pedestal, shoot at them 4 times, and on one of those tries, they manage, knowing that the gun is going to shoot, where it's going to hit, and that they are able to, in fact, cut said bullet. So with a lot of practice
not
and
cutting
multiple
the bullet.
tries,
Okay, so you're
not cutting
saying
the bullet.
that it's doable within controlled conditions, and these are not controlled conditions. You're not saying that I'm bad, which is also fine.
I'm
Okay.
saying that you managed to stop a headshot from killing you with a sword. Yes.
That's pretty cool.
Kind of rules.
It's like
Way
an
to go, Sue.
uproarious wind as the bullet doesn't quite get deflected correctly.
Mhm.
And I'm like, ow, me shoulder!
I did deeper than your shoulder.
Where would it hit then?
I don't know. It's like
Ow, me spleen.
It says head or heart.
yeah,
He picked headshot. He was trying to pick me in the head because I picked.
just called headshot. Headshot.
Okay.
Boom, headshot.
Boom. Ah, me lung.
So yeah, it's beside your heart. It hit a rib and it hurts like hell.
Oof.
Hit a rib.
Ouch.
Almost pierced your heart.
God.
I'm bleeding.
Oof. All right. Tara's
I'm bleeding.
dressed and tired. I'm bleeding.
I'm bleeding as you're almost dead.
I'm
Yeah.
bleeding.
It's Sue. He's a scrappy little guy.
I just turn into water and I'm okay.
As long as you don't turn back, yeah,
Yeah.
you're fine.
Tara is tired. Tara is peepee. She's gonna amble over now that the threat is gone, and she's like, "God damn, Sue!" But go and see how Vic is doing.
Vic is unconscious, laying
I
there.
feel like
Very
we need to go
cool.
to the hospital.
Yeah, we do have to take Vic to a medical professional.
Also, what do we do with this lady? Actually, we should probably take her to the police.
Yeah, we're gonna have to take her somewhere too. All right.
She shot somebody in a church.
She shot somebody in a church. Is there a phone in
not
the
dead, though.
premises?
No.
I'm guessing no. This place
Do we
sucks.
call-
There's no phone.
Do we call the police?
Tara,
I feel like
Tara
we can't
goes
really.
to the basement and dials the stag god and says, "Get your ass up here and help me." No, I'm just kidding.
I feel like we
Old eldritch god.
we need to go to the hospital, but also our obstacle is gone. So like,
Who are we closest
Let's-
to? What are we close to here? What were you gonna say, Michelle? I'm sorry.
let's just steal the bowl.
Grab the bowl, Sue. I'm gonna find out from God who's the closest thing to us.
In
Hospital, beast, or the office? Who are we closest to?
you would probably find a hospital faster. I mean, you could find the beasts.
Okay.
Like there would like where their location is versus where any individual beast might be is a different question.
Uh-huh.
But like yeah, I'd say you would probably find a hospital faster than you would find their main office building. But you might be able to find one loitering around faster. So which would
I'm
you
gonna
want?
see just real quick. I need someone to help us carry Vic to the fucking hospital. Tara cannot.
I could do it.
You could do it, Sue, right? I'll carry the bowl, you carry Vic.
Totally.
Okay, all right.
And this woman,
We need
I
to do
feel like we
something
need
with
to-
her.
we need to ask her if she knows the necklace. Is it her necklace? Is she the friend of the art guy? It's gold.
Michelle,
Uh-huh.
we check out the necklace.
What necklace?
Is she wearing a necklace?
No.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about. The art guy had a friend. He said it was a friend, and she wanted a necklace put in the museum, and it was not that great, but it was gold.
Yes.
Was it very old?
Are you asking if she stole her own necklace from her friend?
I'm asking if she's the friend. Like, if she knows the guy, then because he didn't really like the beast either, so like it's a setup or something. I don't know. Just getting the details, man.
No, you see no connection between her and this necklace. Or the
Do I see any connection between the necklace and the bowl?
No.
Besides, they're both gold.
Nope.
I'm gonna go through her pockets. I'm going through her pockets. Unscrupulously.
Okay.
What do I find in them pockets?
Unfortunately, nothing of real value.
I don't want the value. I want knowledge.
You know what I mean? Like, really, the only thing of value is that this is the gun. All
Alright, I take it. It's mine now.
and that it is a.
Is it a 9mm?
It is a 9mm.
I knew it! We found 9mm casings
Mm-hmm.
at the murder scene. Alright, okay. gun is out of her reach. She is no longer. She's lost her
Do you
gun
think-
privileges.
Do you think she took the thingamabobs then? The
The
plans,
schematics?
Yeah.
I'm wondering like how those are connected. Like I could see them being connected, but I haven't connected the dots myself. I haven't drawn the paths. What are you thinking?
Going back to like half an hour ago, when I was like, Philip, how are those bodies messed with again? The victims, her victims. They had their like hearts ripped out or anything? Like I
Yes.
forget. Okay, missing hearts. Hearts would fit in this gold sacrificial bowl.
Hearts would definitely fit in a sacrificial bowl.
They would
You know what
indeed.
you call really old deer?
Hearts.
That has nothing to do with anything. I'm
I
just
don't
being
think
dumb.
this story is that sophisticated. I feel like we are making a better story than City of Mist has made.
Oops.
Oops. Wishful thinking.
Philip, like, what?
Yeah, it's like, what do you mean? Haha. We are Charlie in front of our Pepe Sylvia. No, nobody else does. It's
know.
Always Sunny.
No.
We're the meme of the guy in front of the conspiracy board from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Gotcha.
I got Pepe Silva coming out of my eyeballs.
Yeah.
Gotcha,
There is
gotcha.
no Pepe Silva. I'm sorry. In this case, Philip is Barney. All right. So
I
agree. I feel
probably
like hearts would fit in that bowl.
She might be fine. We need to take Vic to the hospital. We need to like tie her up and ask her more questions or something.
Yeah,
It's
we
very
definitely need to
illegal,
restrain
but-
her. We've already done some illegal things. I think we're already going to be in trouble. And also, she's a murderer. So, something we can tie her up with here, GM? We have some.
Yeah. Okay. So you we're almost at time. You drag, like we'll say that Tara drags Christina into the building, while Sue.
Putting her in the basement. She's not just going in the building, she's going in the basement.
I feel like that's a dangerous place to put her.
Yeah.
You think so?
Like,
Well-
like if she's one with her god or whatever, that's closer to the god and the
Oh, if she's like a true
enclave
believer.
and
I was
whatnot.
thinking more along the lines of like out of sight because the whole church area is so open. I get that nobody comes here, but what if they do?
I'm gonna do a little GM things. So, you drag the two of you drag
her.
the other two back into the building, right?
Mhm.
And you are looking for anything that might be useful for tying her down. We'll say Sue is probably trying to stop the bleeding on Vic and whatnot.
Maybe myself.
I mean, you're in a lot of pain, and yeah, but you won't continue to die. I mean, granted, neither will Vic by rules, but you don't.
You won't continue to die.
You
It seems
won't
like
get
maybe,
any more dead.
Yeah. Whereas, story-wise, it seems like Vic might get more dead. He won't. Don't worry, that's not the way the game works. But, so you do that. You're trying to figure out like how you're going to get the four of you now to someplace safe, and the storm is raging outside, lightnings are striking and everything. You hear a lightning strike, and it flashes behind that huge stained glass window it's in the very back of the building. It is, lights out almost, except massive colors. When that happens, you notice that Christina gets pulled up into the air while unconscious and gets ripped through the stained glass window. And like as she's like pulled out, the stained glass forms like wings, like a technicolor wing pattern around her back. And like she's just sort of like held up in the air momentarily, and then another like flash of light, not lightning. This is a white light, more like what Tara is used to. Like a flash of white light, and the stained glass window is completely fixed, and Vic blinks into consciousness.
Where? Okay, but where is Christina?
One of you runs outside, and there is no sign of her.
She's just gone.
She is gone.
Man, I should have killed her.
From what you saw, she didn't do this.
She was unconscious when this happened.
She was unconscious the whole time, sort of. She had a very Messiah look to her, and angelic and whatnot when she was pulled out. So yeah, something else pulled her, saved her.
Sounds like if you killed her, Sue, she would have just risen from the dead 3 days later.
Cool. Still stealing that bowl.
We're definitely taking the bowl. We're for sure taking that ding dang bowl.
Vic, are you alive?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, buddy. Hey, buddy. Sorry you got shot. It was, let's be honest, only a matter of time. You've been shot at so much.
You're not wrong. It just never gets easier getting shot.
We're gonna get you fixed up, and then you deserve a nice long sleep, I think.
It's not like you can build up tolerance to getting shot with heavy caliber bullets from getting hit with low caliber bullets, you know?
So you're not gonna work up to a larger gauge from here, is what you're saying?
No, that's not how that works.
Okay, I've never been shot, I don't know.
You can't start off with a 22 and work your way up to a 45. It's
Well, Vic, you were shot with a 9mm, so
it still feels like it's 45.
all right, we need to get Vic out of here. She's gone, so we're just. I think Sue and Tara probably just in a little like stereo chorus go, "Fuck."
Yeah.
Did you know she was the murderer?
What?
I mean, we kind of figured it out when she found the bullet, but it's good to have confirmation.
I figured one of you would say well, yeah, she just tried to kill you.
Yeah.
She did just try to kill you. No, Tara would definitely be like, "Are you sure?"
I mean, she got the drop on me. I pretended to be one of the beasts. And she said she was upset that they were getting credit for her kills.
What?
No, not that they were getting credit. That she was framing them, and she thought that you were going to hurt her. That's why you were here, was to hurt her. Yeah, she's framing them.
She's framing them. She's doing bad murders, and she's framing the beasts, who are just a bunch of hoodlums trying to have a little fun.
Did she say why?
They're doing petty crimes.
We
gotta find out why.
We didn't get to that part. I got shot.
You
Yeah,
did get shot.
that.
You did get shot.
You can probably figure out why.
Nar.
So what's the thing that Sue is stealing?
A bowl.
A bowl.
A bowl used for,
Sacrifice.
Putting hearts in.
and all three bodies were missing.
Oh, Ayo, they were
Hearts?
missing the hearts. No, but like I don't know why she blames it on the beast. Like
Not
why
easy
is she blaming it on
easy scapegoats?
Yeah.
Probably.
Not blaming
Easy
them. She's framing them.
Yeah, we don't
Right.
know why she's framing
We don't know
them.
why she's picked the beast.
Well, so that people don't come after her. She needs someone to frame,
Oh,
otherwise she
okay.
would be.
Okay.
They're a
Well, it
convenient
seemed
group.
like
Crime
it
of
seemed like
necessity.
she disliked them specifically for a reason.
She does.
Yeah.
That's what we want to know.
That's what we're trying to figure out. She dislikes them specifically and is framing them for she picked them to frame, not because it was convenient, but because she doesn't like them is what we are thinking.
I see. Okay. Yes. So she doesn't like them. She's sacrificing hearts, and she needed someone to frame, so she picked them because they hate her and she hates them.
Yes.
What Michelle and I's brains require, what our special breed of brain cells require, is the reason why she picked the beast. It's not convenient. She's got beef with them.
Yeah.
Our
Why
clues
don't they get
suggest-
along to begin with?
Yes, our clue suggests she has outstanding beef with them
Okay,
because she was being cagey
It
and
could be
shitty
as
about it.
simple. Yeah, it could be as simple as different religion. No likey, no likey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it basically it's the thing in the basement.
All right.
They
See, we're still gonna have to do some research here and figure out what about the thing in the basement.
Yeah.
Thing in the basement is not an answer. What about the thing in the basement? Are the beasts beholden to this big elder beast? Is that why?
yeah, those are
Okay.
the
Kinda makes
beasts.
sense.
The beasts are a mythos, and as you had described earlier, there is some sort of anti-mythos.
Mhm.
There's not really anything such. There's not such thing as an anti-mythos. There's just another mythos that would be against. So
Is the anti-mythos god?
So
The
we
greater
need
beast.
to.
Capital
If
G
you
god.
if you don't need to go to the hospital, if we don't need to go to the hospital, then we should go look at the basement while suspicious other glass wing god guy is not here.
Does Vic have any status applied right now? Vic, what's your status applied right
Negative
now?
four.
Probably, yeah, it's
Definitely.
probably bad.
Yeah, negative
All right,
4.
so Sue and Vic are both real fucked up.
Any roll, anything
So
we
we're
do will suffer a negative 4 modifier.
If you
We're
guys
in no-
want to stay here, I'll take a trolley to the hospital.
We can't split the party again. We've already taken enough chances on splitting the party. We have Tara is gonna just like sit her dear brothers down.
We also
Okay,
have a limited amount of time though.
yes,
Mhm.
tomorrow is the equinox. So that's what Tara is thinking. Boys, you're both very fucked up right now. I'm just going to be honest with you. Me, a little soggy, very angry, very tired, hungry. You've both been injured quite badly by gunshots this evening. So if we can get you to, how can I convince you to see a medical professional before we go deal with some sort of elder god?
I mean, I'm trying to go right now. We'll keep stopping to talk. I'm leaking a little
Vic's
bit.
already like getting his coins out for the.
Right, but like, basement's open right now and the guy's gone. Should we like look at something?
Sue, imagine we go down there and a giant deer god confronts us. Do you feel like maybe you can punch the lights out of a deer god right now?
Well, is it I don't punch things. Is it like
You're right.
is it a friend or a foe? Do we know if is it like trapped in there or is it like that's where it
Do
lives?
you want to
and
take the
it's-
chance?
I guess not.
Do you want to take the chance? We can come back tomorrow. The equinox is not until the evening. I think. Is that how the equinox works?
Yeah.
How quickly are they going to discharge us from the hospital though?
This is a fantasy realm. Quick.
It's the 1940s.
So
Alright,
basically
let's
what
go,
they'll
I
do
guess.
is they'll pour some alcohol, they'll pour some whiskey on it.
Feels good.
Give you a cigarette and tell you to head home.
Yeah.
Make sure you chew that all up before it's done. Yucky.
I just
Well,
want I want the
fine.
boys to not have any status applied to them before we drag our asses into the basement of this church. And also, potentially, should we go and tell the beasts that we're gonna do this?
Yeah, we should probably ask them about it. Like, they might have some answers for us.
Hmm.
Okay.
Like, should we involve the beasts with their elder god? Hey guys, we did find something in the basement. It's a little scary. We're friends. We could all work
Is this
together.
your elder god or like
Do you have a
your
dad god?
enemy's elder god?
Yeah.
New Elder
We don't want to
God
fuck
Lucas.
around with. We don't want to
Old
fuck around
elder
with
god
this
it is.
ancient magic without discussing all of our options. Unless
Shall
we want to
we
be a little reckless.
shall we cut it here? It is 9:30. We can sort of figure out where we're gonna go, and then we can be that where we're headed to next time we start.
Sure.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Hey, Philip.
Yes, monsieur.
Thanks for DMing, bruv.
Yeah.
Thanks for answering all of our questions and dealing with my rules lawyering.
That's all good.
But I
But I want to add 7 things. Can't I have 7 things? I needed 7 things.
Yes. Yep.
Mhm.
And yeah, not mad about any of the things you add. Just, someone has to be the opposite to like, well, I'll just use all 21 objects I've got. What do you say? Oh yeah, sure, why not?
The only phrase I want to hear is "I'll allow it."
I mean, if you were cool, you'd say yes, right?
Philip has been a very generous GM to us.
If you were a cool dad, you'd say yes.
You were a cool dad. Nar.
Cool. Okay. Then we'll call it here. Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for joining, the 3 of you, for joining me. And we have been and will continue to be Plus One Shot. This has been our City of Mist game. And yeah, once we figure out what happens with this stag head in the basement and or the church, should be some fun times next time.
Thank you as always for running, Philip. I already said that, but I'll say it again.
Of course, of course. Thank you. And then, yeah, okay. Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.